Yes, everybody, and welcome to High on Homegrown, the cannabis podcast from Percy'sGrowroom.com. I am Mackie from the UK, and joining us this week, we have John. Oh, hold on. Sorry, John.
What?
Okay, go again. I didn't turn your audio on.
God dang it, man. Hi, everybody. It's a beautiful day in sunny Minnesota today. I hope everybody's staying warm. I am. Yeah, just getting over being sick, so there's that.
Boo.
Yeah, boo.
And you have a
But I'm getting
special
better.
surprise. Getting better, mate. Yeah, you got a special surprise for the smoke break, John?
Oh, yes. Today we will be doing the beans on toast with cheese review.
Yes.
That is going to happen today. I've got the
Gonna love
beans.
it.
They've been procured. They are the Heinz beans. Okay. I got the proper ones, and I got a nice cheddar cheese.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, John. It's gonna be beautiful.
Give it a shot, buddy.
Mm-hmm. That's right. We also have Smee today. What's up, Smee?
Good evening, DC Smee, West Korea. As always, had my edibles today, and I'm just chilling. It's been great, miserable, and boring. It was really a bit of a chore walking the dogs, but we get through it, and now we're here on the show, so good times ahead.
It really has been
Very
so
good.
miserable in West Korea
really
for the
has.
last month.
Sounds amazing. It makes me want to come visit you guys.
Yeah. Come bring some light bulbs so that we can turn them on
Yeah.
at 2:00 in the afternoon.
It's ridiculous, man. I
'Cause
mean,
it's
I know that
about-
you have all the snow, but at least you got blue skies there, John. You can
Some
see
days
the
we do.
sky. I haven't seen the sun for a month.
And
Just
when
a-
it
just
snows, at
cloud.
least, the whiteness brightens everything, doesn't it? Everything's bright.
I don't know, it's been different this summer. And, the government was saying, because we have this really awesome government in the UK, everybody's aware, they're so good. They're like, oh, the UK gets so much sun. What we need to do because of climate change is block out the sun with cloud seeding. That's what we're going to do. And, because they know so much, they're really smart, our government are. They know what's best for everybody. So I think they did that. And as a result, we just haven't seen the fucking sky for a month.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you, government. Thank you for keeping us safe from dangerous sun and vitamin D,
What if
UV
one
rays.
of the cloud seeding is keeping it from dumping just crazy amounts of snow on you guys, and you're looking at it all wrong? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Maybe they're saving you right now.
I don't know, man. Because usually at this time of year, it's good for astronomy because it's cold. There's not a lot of cloud.
Okay.
So you can get out and do astronomy at night times. And I always say, at least winter's coming. You can do some astronomy at winter time. You get some good skies at winter. Long nights, clear skies. Nothing.
Okay.
It's been terrible. Haven't even been able to get the telescope out for months, man. It's been ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been really bad. Walking the dogs, because I work nights and sometimes walk the dogs after I finish work, and it's just the skies. You just don't see any stars anymore.
It just
You
sounds
just
dreadful.
don't
I'm
see any
sorry.
stars.
Yeah, it's dreary as fuck. It's
It
really
is,
bad.
man.
It's really bad. If
It
you ever want to
really is.
understand why British people can be so fucking moody, it's because of our weather. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we also have Margaret. We don't really. She hasn't just been sitting there quietly all that time. Margaret's not here this week. She's got some things to do with family. She's doing some family time. And Billy's still, unfortunately, not very well, not feeling up for being on the show just yet. But, he'll be back soon. So it's just us three. Just us three.
Yay.
Today. Yes.
Yay.
Is
It's
it the
the
Three
Devil's
Amigos,
Rejects.
the Three Stooges? Which one is it? I don't know.
The Devil's Rejects more.
Okay, that'll work.
I mean, we
Yeah.
could go with that.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So we just done the cannabis weather there. We're going to be moving on to
Yep.
cannabis news and events in just a short while. For the Grow Guide today, we're going to be doing part 2 of the strain thing because there was somebody that was left out last week. We thought might as well do
Red-eye, three blind mice.
part 2. Yeah, the 3 blind mice, that'll do. That'll do.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
so John, you've not been well, but you're not smoking anything today, are you? You're getting the CBD out? What's the
no.
school?
I just took a little bit of MCT CBD oil,
Okay.
a little bit of gel. I got a little bit of whiskey to warm me up here, maybe burn that out of me.
Okay.
But I have been off the smoking situation, well, vaping situation.
Oh, well.
Hoping
What
by
you
next
saying,
week I'll
Smee?
be all good to go.
Yes, me, what you got?
The Mighty this week.
Delicious.
Yes. The Mighty and a cup of, a latte with some Irish cream in it.
Okay. Okay.
I
Just
could
makes
go
me
with
feel
that
warm,
right now, dude.
warm when it's
Some
horrible
Irish
and
cream,
miserable.
yeah, bro.
And I got a bottle of Jack Daniels, which is strange. I don't drink bourbon often. I don't
Okay.
drink Jack Daniels often, but they've got these new varieties, and this is Jack Daniels Bonded. It's
What does that mean?
I don't
It's
know.
wrapped and tied up.
Yeah, gagged, bound and gagged.
Yeah, bound and gagged. It's got like a ball in its mouth.
Ooh, Billy. Ooh, Billy. You know. But I don't know. Tennessee whiskey, aged in selected barrels for added depth and character, bottled in bond, 100% proof, so 50%
Okay.
alcohol with this one. So and it's nice. I really like this.
I thought you were gonna
Which
tell
is-
me you had like the blackberry or the honey or the something.
Bonded is a big, bold Tennessee whiskey with layered notes of caramel, rich oak, and spice, giving way to pleasantly lingering finish. Bottled in bond. I don't know what that means. Anybody in chat know what that means? I don't know. But yeah, got some Blue Dream in the Mighty as well. Man, fucking
Nice.
delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's me. That's me. That's John. That's everything.
That's right.
Are you ready for the news already?
Of
Yes.
course we are.
John's eager to get on these beans on toast.
Do it, lady.
You know,
Yeah. I'm
like a
kind of
like a
excited.
tramp on chips. Remember that saying, Smee? Remember that?
What the hell does that even
Yes, I
mean?
do.
Yeah, it's just some UK saying for you know somebody who just fucking loves it. You know, it's because we have chips, you know, from the chippy, which you guys would call fries, kind of, but they're not really
Yes.
fries. They're chips. They're like steak cut chips from potatoes. You know.
Yeah, steak
they're-
cut fries,
yeah.
basically.
No,
Yeah.
they're chips, John. They're chips.
Listen, man.
You know, that was a saying we had. We don't hear that saying as much anymore because everything's offensive now. You're probably not allowed to say it, but yeah, like a tramp on chips was the old saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But anyway, with that random drop of knowledge there, as we like to give you lots of forms of education here on High and Homegrown, let's go on to the news. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, lady.
So what we're going to talk about first, John. You should go first.
Okay.
I think,
which one do we want? Do we
It's
want?
up to you. It's up to you.
Let's do the Wisconsin thing. It's kind of close to home for us Minnesotans,
Okay.
I guess. And the other one's an op-ed, so like it's more of an opinion piece type thing. So
Okay.
let's talk about actual news here first.
Let's do it.
So, Wisconsin senators approved GOP-led medical marijuana bill as Democrats push broader recreational legalization. Okay, leading off pretty good here. So Wisconsin senators have approved a bill to legalize medical marijuana in the state as other legislators push for broader adult use legalization. See, I didn't know they didn't have legal medical there.
Oh, wow.
I guess.
Not even medical in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Oh, that's crazy.
I thought they did, I guess.
But yeah, you just assume, and you'd probably be right because the majority of states have
surrounded,
medical
man.
now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
90% now of the states
Yeah.
have gone medical.
Wow.
So, wow, they're like a
It's kind of
thought.
crazy.
Damn,
needle in a
Wisconsin
haystack,
is
these guys.
Wisconsin is where the '70s show was filmed as well, and that was weed
Mhm.
related. You would have assumed it was in their culture a little bit.
Well,
But no.
well, you would think so. It probably is, but of course, legacy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mhm.
Everybody's still hidden there. Just slightly West Korea, but not as bad. So hopefully that changes. So going forward, the Senate Health Committee on Thursday advanced the medical cannabis legislation from Senate President Mary Felskowski. Ooh.
Skills. Fuck, that's got to be an 8. That's got to be
That's
an
a
8.
pretty
Even
good
with
one.
the stutter, that was
Yeah,
real
yeah.
nice for the 8 there.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
Senator Patrick Testin, that guy's new name is Testes, in a 4-1 vote. This comes months after
10
the
out of 10
panel held an initial hearing on the GOP-led proposal, which was introduced last October. Wisconsin's GOP Assembly Speaker said last.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry.
What? What?
Just, brain's working a little bit slow. It's like, you know when you get letters in the post and it's Mr.
Yeah.
something something? His name
Yeah.
would be Mr. P. Testing. P. Testing. What the fuck is that about? Bro, Pee testing. You know what I mean? Passing the pee test and shit. God damn. Anyway,
I
yeah.
told you.
Sorry, John.
You
I
saw
told
that.
you. I didn't even think of that one, but that's a good
Pee
one.
testing.
Welcome to Arby's, everybody. May I take your order, please? Wisconsin's GOP Assembly Speaker said last year that he hoped lawmakers in the state could find a consensus on legalization or legal legislation to legalize medical marijuana. But he added that the cannabis bill filed by his Republican leadership counterpart in the Senate was unlikely to pass his chamber because it is way too broad and way too wide-ranging. Assembly Speaker Robin Voss also said last month that President Donald Trump made the wrong choice to order the rescheduling of marijuana, which he called a dangerous drug. But he said that the upside is that research barriers may be lifted in a way that demonstrates medical cannabis can be effectively used in a limited way as an alternative to prescription
I hate
medication.
that shit, man. How
Now,
do these fucking
couldn't we have
idiots
just
get
left
into
the
position
bottom
of
of
power?
that?
Sorry?
Like we could have left like half of that last sentence. Keep that, get rid of the rest of the shit, and it would have been a fine little statement.
Well, I just wonder how these idiots get into power in the first place. You know, how to sit there and think that cannabis is a dangerous drug.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Well-
like, man, what are you even doing in a position of authority? You obviously don't have the
So-
capacity for it.
So is he saying that, or is it the speaker that said that, or is it he's saying that Donald Trump said that?
No, I think he's saying because Trump didn't say it was dangerous, did he? He said he doesn't like it,
Yeah,
and he encourages
I
people
can't
not to
remember
use
how
it.
that how that went, but I feel like there was something along the lines of that.
Right.
But then he said, hey, but the medical side benefits and et cetera is a good thing.
But you know, it
yeah.
goes for Trump as well. How did Trump
Yeah.
get there? You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying.
I get
But
you.
anyway,
I get you.
We won't go on that
So,
tangent.
however, the speaker said he thinks we're not there in terms of having enough votes to advance even a medical cannabis bill through his chamber at this point, despite characterizing himself as a supporter of patients' access to cannabis for almost a decade now. Well, then it should have just been. Come on now, push a little harder, buddy. Here are the key provisions of the Senate President's medical cannabis bill. Qualifying conditions for patients, which there are a lot, would include cancer, HIV/AIDS, post-traumatic stress disorder, seizures, epilepsy, glaucoma, severe chronic pain, severe muscle spasms, severe chronic nausea, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Did I say that right? I think I did.
Yep. ALS. That's
Okay.
Remember the Ice Bucket
Let's
Challenge?
just
That was
put
that one.
ALS. Multiple sclerosis, inflammatory bowel disease, chronic motor or vocal tic disorders, Tourette syndrome, and any terminal illness with a probable life expectancy of less than 1 year. First of all, how about that should be even broader yet? There's many other things that could be put on that list. Why limit it?
Yeah.
Allowable forms of medical cannabis products would include concentrates, oils, tinctures, edibles, pills, topical forms, gels, creams, vapors, patches, liquids, and forms administered by a nebulizer or vaporization. Cannabis in a form that could be smoked without or would not be allowed. So no flower.
Is that what a nebulizer is? Is that a vape?
Well, a nebulizer is basically like a vape, is it not? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
well,
Just,
not
a
really. I guess.
nebulizer uses sonic waves
Oh.
to
Wow.
Okay.
do it. Yeah, it's
It does
weird.
sound really
was
space
looking-
age, don't it?
I was looking into a
Nebulizer.
nebulizer to get my FICO to go into my gummies better, but
Yeah.
the machines that you can't get them for homes. They're like proper science, massive fucking machines. These nebulizer things,
Yeah.
very, very, very expensive. From what I was reading, as far as the edible side's concerned, but yeah, you can get some smaller like nebulizers. I think I think they're about the same price roughly as the Mighties. But
Mm.
All right.
yeah, they use
Okay.
which was crazy to me. They use sound,
Huh.
not the sonic
Okay.
waves. Crazy.
Okay.
That's crazy.
So here's the one that hurts the most. Home cultivation would not be allowed.
Boo.
Boo. Big boo on that one. Patients could designate up to 3 caregivers who could purchase and possess medical cannabis products on their behalf. Okay,
That's weird.
yeah, that's fine. Patients and caregivers caregiver registrations would last for 2 years and could then be renewed. The annual fee would be $20, and people could have their registrations rescinded for being convicted of a felony or for violating certain drug law. Dispensaries would be required to employ pharmacists who would need to consult with patients or caregivers and recommend a daily dosage. A patient getting medical cannabis for the first time could get up to a 30-day supply. On a subsequent visit, could receive up to a 90-day supply. And on subsequent visits could receive up to a 90-day supply. So a pharmacist?
Yeah, that's a bit excessive, don't you think?
Yeah.
The
I
thing is,
mean,
if
what
you
does a
want-
pharmacist know about cannabis, honestly?
Yeah, and how much are you going to pay these people?
Yeah.
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 But if you want to put cannabis into a medical category, then it should be dispensed by a pharmacist or someone with an
Mhm.
apothecary background.
But I
Mhm.
think that that
At least
pharmacist
have
needs
someone
to
there
be
in a dispensary.
trained.
But yeah, get
You
them
know?
trained. Definitely get them trained. Sounds to me
Okay.
like they want somebody there, like to oversee, like an overseer. Yes, this guy has gone through all of the signing of the documents and the schoolings that he needs
Okay.
to do.
Okay.
Just have him here, just to be a yes man.
Yeah.
Well,
Weird.
let's move on here. We got a little bit more to go through. So patients' use of medical cannabis would need to be recorded in the state's prescription drug monitoring program, so they're watching you. The bill would establish parental rights and housing discrimination protections for medical cannabis patients and caregivers, but it would allow employers to fire or refuse to hire workers based on their use of medical cannabis. That's
Damn.
bullshit.
That's
Like
fucked.
Yeah,
I
that is.
mean, what are you gonna do on that part, right? Like,
It's
I don't think
discrimination
anybody.
is what it is. It's terrible.
It
should be-
is, but I don't think anybody allows that. Like they say you're a private business. We can't really tell you that you can't.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
But I'm okay on 5 gabapents in a day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Unbelievable.
Well, I mean, they could choose to not hire you because of that also.
Very much so, but
You know.
But they can choose. Can they choose not to? Can they choose to fire you because of it? Like, oh, you've been working here for 20 years, but
yeah.
now you're taking 3 gabapentin during your shift, so you're gonna have to
Right.
go.
Yep.
Yeah. Weird.
Plus,
Just seems
weird.
fucked.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're not saying, they're not saying, they're actually naming cannabis, aren't they? They're actually, they're not saying any other drug.
No.
They're not saying any opioid,
Right.
or anything like that. The stuff that's worse.
Yeah.
They're
It's a
actually
tough one.
naming. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Gosh.
It makes
Because
me
you-
just cringe
Yeah,
sometimes.
you can understand, if there's heavy machinery and shit, they don't want people being stoned, for lack of a better term, while they're operating
That
their
is
stuff.
a fair point.
Mhm.
And you would be like, yeah, but they haven't done anything wrong. But do you really want to leave it to that chance? Because then if they are high on their medication and they do cause an accident and somebody gets injured, who's getting sued? Maybe you should make them sign the waiver or something. If something does happen, you're getting sued for it, not the company. I don't know, but
Right.
even that seems unfair. It's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Where,
it is a
where do you
tough one
draw the
for
lines
sure.
with something like this? This is
Yeah.
it's a difficult one.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
John,
where
what
does
was
that? So where does that stand? And obviously, we don't want people getting stoned and driving machinery. But as we found out last week, or was it the week before? If you take it as a suppository, it gives you absolutely no effects, no stoned effects whatsoever.
Right.
So where do you stand there then? If you're taking it as a suppository, you still, that cuts around the heavy machinery thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are going to opt for it, is all I'm saying. Oh, my job's going to fire me if I'm using medical cannabis, but if I take the suppository, I'm going to be okay. I don't know if people are going to do that.
Maybe not, but there's
Yeah.
people out there who obviously are taking it that are a
Right.
suppository.
Right.
So it'll affect
Right.
those people, and those people are not affected by the THC. So
Right.
that's putting them in a bracket that they really shouldn't be in.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Okay.
up the bum for the win. Sorry.
Jesus.
Sorry, John.
Yeah, Donna Summer. Holy. Okay. Let's go on here. So, patients and caregivers could only possess medical cannabis at their residence or when traveling between dispensaries and their homes. There would be a $25 civil penalty for failing to carry a registry ID card when possessing medical cannabis or for possessing cannabis at locations other than those specified as being allowed. So that if I'm traveling to visit family and I need to take it with me, I can't. I'm breaking the law. Is that what they're saying here?
Mm-hmm.
That's
You're a criminal.
terrible.
You're a criminal,
Yeah,
you are,
that's
John.
no bueno.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Medical cannabis products would be exempt from sales taxes, which is good. No extra there. The state would license cultivation, processing, laboratory, and dispensary businesses subject to certain residency and eligibility requirements and annual fees and penalties for violations, which is, the norm, I guess, on that. A new Office of Medical Cannabis Regulation would be established under the Department of Health Services to oversee the patient and caregiver registry and dispensaries. Its director would be appointed by the governor. Okay, the Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection would oversee and regulate cannabis cultivation, processing, and testing. All seems pretty much like everybody else. And localities would not be able to regulate medical cannabis businesses or restrict their zoning. So, in the background, Wisconsin Democratic lawmakers recently unveiled a new bill to legalize marijuana in the state, though its prospects of passage remain dubious, with Republicans still in control of both chambers of the legislature. I love that they use dubious. Legalization of cannabis is not radical. What's radical is continuing a system that destroys lives, drains resources, and ignores the will of the people, says Darren Madison, Democrat, said during a press conference on Monday, Wisconsin's ready, baby. Wisconsin's ready. With just under a year before voters elect their next governor, the majority of the current candidates have made clear that they will support efforts to legalize marijuana, in part to fund public programs such as increased access to broadband. A poll released last June by Marquette Law School found that 2 in 3 Wisconsin voters support legalizing marijuana. The survey found that support for cannabis reform has generally increased over time since the institution first started tracking public opinion on legislation in 2013, with 67% of voters now backing the policy change. That's 17% or percentage points higher than 2013 results. So you're telling me in 2013, half the people were like, yeah, let's do it. And in what, 10, 13 years, it's gained 17 more percent.
Mm-hmm.
So we're
That's
over half
crazy.
of the people want it, but
Mm-hmm.
we're still debating this. This is
Yeah.
mental to me. That's not democracy,
No.
right? If everybody's screaming democracy, 67% means they win, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mob rule,
Yeah.
innit? You know.
Yeah.
The majority
Jesus.
said so. So deal with it.
Majority rules on that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Underscoring the importance of party control, the state's Republican-controlled Senate and Assembly this summer rejected another attempt to legalize marijuana, defeating amendments to budget legislation that would have ended prohibition in the state and established new medical and recreational cannabis programs. Evers has routinely attempted to change that policy as part of his budget requests, and Democratic leaders have similarly pushed for reform. Republicans in the legislature also cut the marijuana provisions from a state budget proposal in May, as they've done in past sessions. Don't be dicks, push it through. Despite Republicans' move to cut legalization from the budget legislation, party leaders recently acknowledged that the debate over medical marijuana legalization is not going to go away, and there's hope it can be resolved this session. Meanwhile, Republican candidate for governor of Wisconsin said in July that he was, quote unquote, open to considering different opportunities when it comes to legalizing medical or adult use marijuana in the state.
I mean,
Though
you
he
shut your
has
mouth.
provided
You do as you're fucking told. You don't consider shit.
Right.
What you do is you look at the numbers of what the people want, your constituents,
and go with it.
what they want,
Yes.
and you do your fucking job and do what they want. These motherfuckers, man. Jesus.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Sorry, triggered.
Crazy. Anyways, he's provided little in ways of specifics so far. And our last paragraph here on the Democratic side, current Governor Tony Evers, who supports legalizing cannabis, is not seeking re-election, but he said last June that if his party can take control of the legislature, the state can finally legalize marijuana
Yeah,
so
sure.
that residents
Yeah,
don't have to go to neighboring Illinois to visit its adult use market,
I've heard
which
that
is
before.
true. So Wisconsin, I mean, I can't believe they didn't have medical, first of all. Like, that's crazy to me at this day and age. So were people were just going outside of the state regardless then to like Illinois, and now they can come to Minnesota and get it. So you guys are losing out on all that revenue. So like, what are you doing? And your people want it, so just let it happen, man.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Do your job.
Figure it
Do your
out,
fucking job.
Wisconsin. God damn.
Yeah, frustrating. But that's
And
a
then
long
put
one.
it in some
And
cheese that I can have.
Ooh, cheese. Cheese weed in cheese.
Yeah.
In your beans
I
on
gotta be about
toast,
that.
John. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
cheesy beans
I
on
thought
toast.
about that today. I was like, what if I were to
No,
put
you
a
don't
little,
want to do that.
put a little mixed MCT oil onto my beans and toast with my cheese? And then I thought, no, got to have it regular first and just try it, see what's up.
Stay tuned for the smoke break, everybody, when
Yeah,
John
yeah.
tries the beans and cheese on toast.
Okay.
Nice.
No.
Okay,
Exciting.
Okay.
Life-changing experience is
Beautiful.
about to happen to John.
I don't know about that.
So
boy.
let's talk about this police raid in West
Do it,
Korea here. Somebody put up a nasty tweet. They didn't really. Well, they did, but, it's not gone that tangent. This one is about a police raid on a derelict high school. 7.1 million cannabis farm. Look at this. Look at it. For you guys on YouTube, look at this. Look at this fucking derelict high school. Damn. It's a very nice place by the look of things. It's a shame that it's derelict. That would have been a lovely grow house. That would have. A police raid on a derelict school in the Highlands has uncovered a cannabis farm with an estimated value of 7.1 million Great British pounds. The force said officers discovered the here we go, everybody. You know the lines by now. You know the lyrics to this song. A sophisticated operation while executing a warrant at the former Wick High School last week. More than 5,900 cannabis plants and dried cannabis with a potential value of £450,000 were 450,000. Yeah, it's correct. I said that right. Were uncovered. 7 people were arrested during the raid. 6 men aged between 23 and 46, and a 17-year-old boy. They were charged and appear in court on Friday. Detective Inspector Phoebe McDade said it was a significant recovery. She said, "We'd like to thank our partner agencies for their cooperation in ensuring this operation was a success, as well as the local community for their patience and understanding while inquiries were carried out. Drugs cause misery in our community, and the public has an important role to play in helping Police Scotland target those responsible for cultivation, supply, and sale of illegal substances." Not the guys who have passed the envelope to the government, been like, "Oh yeah, we're all right. We can grow weed, can't we?" Them guys, they're fine. They're fine. But these guys who are trying to do it dodgy in the background, they're not fine. They're not fine. They're making devil cannabis. It's not cool. The school has been empty since 2017. Crazy.
That don't look like a school, man. I mean, it looks kind of like Hogwarts.
Maybe a shit version of Hogwarts. Yeah.
I mean, you guys got some crazy buildings over there, man.
Yeah, for real. And it's just
Nobody's
that's
gonna
the
look
whole
at that and
article.
think that's a school.
Yeah, it
It's got
definitely doesn't look
parapet
like
in it.
one. Look at that again. Yeah, it's got little fucking castle things. What they
Yeah.
look like rooks.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
The
What the
parapets,
fuck?
aren't they? You know, anybody
Look at
come
it.
in, we're going to take you out of our arches.
Crazy.
Look at it.
Crazy. It's
I'd
just a
like to
shame.
buy it.
Yeah, I wonder.
If it's been
but
empty
it's
and been
derelict. It's
derelict.
derelict. So it's going to cost
Yeah.
you a fortune to fix it up. And this is what they do. And there's loads of these places near me where it's like, these are beautiful buildings. Oh, they're grade A listed, but you can't go in there because there's blue asbestos. And it's like, okay, so remove the asbestos. It's like, no, we can't remove it. It's not safe. It's like, okay, so what's going to happen?
Well,
the
they'll
building's
say
going to
it's
sit
not
there
safe
and
and it
rot.
costs too much money.
Yeah. So the building just sits there and rots.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Until it falls down upon itself. What happens? Fucking,
And then
it's
they got to
ridiculous.
remove it anyway.
Maybe this is the case with this building. Or maybe
Yeah,
it was just too expensive to run. Fuck knows.
You'd
Yeah.
buy it and you'd try and fix it, and at every turn the council will be like, no, it's a listed building, you can't do that, you can't
Yeah.
do this, you can't do that. So yeah, they'd rather see buildings like this rot than somebody actually make something of it.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens everywhere.
Yeah, man.
actually.
Something
I
does
mean, like-
happen. What usually happens with buildings like this is there's just tangent on the side there. So I just there'll be an accidental fire somehow, and then that's a shame, the building's fallen down. Let's build some houses on it. There we go.
Right.
That's what happened. You see it happen all
Yeah.
fucking time, man. It's madness. But it's just one of those things again. It's the hypocrisy here, and I know these guys are doing it illegally. And but they haven't got the ability to go get the license and shit because they don't have access to friends in government. But for what these guys are doing, there's companies out there who are doing exactly the same thing. But these guys are criminals and them guys ain't because the correct envelope was past the correct person.
I don't know, imagine how much money you could make growing cannabis in there legally if you had, like, say, passed the envelope to the point where you'd be able to fix the place up.
Yep.
And it'd be a really cool place to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, imagine,
Yeah.
I'm going to work and grow cannabis all day in this really cool ass fucking bog
Castle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No,
So-
it's a
It
good
would be
point.
cool
It's a
as
good
shit,
point.
man.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
but no, again, they'd rather just let the freaking world rot. It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
It's madness, man. Madness.
Yeah.
It's such a shame. And like you say, if they were allowed to grow in there legally, the building's being used, it will be cared for. There'll be something going on in it. But instead, just let the illegal market thrive the way it does, because this is just one of many locations. There's loads out there that they haven't discovered, and this building's just
Yeah.
going to rot. It's just not the right way to do things, is it? But the government's never going to listen to anything we fucking say. Clowns.
I know, right?
Damn it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Decent people.
yeah, so a big
Okay,
bust as well,
okay.
and I wonder how they come up with the 7 million. If they found this many plants with some cannabis with the street value of 500,000, it's like, come on, man, you're just making fucking numbers up here to make it seem mad. But I don't think
Right.
you'd fit fucking 7 million's worth of cannabis into that school. But who knows, hey? Who knows?
Well, with their math, it'd
Mhm.
only take like a classroom.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
It just exaggerated, isn't it? Just exaggerated.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Like street pricing and shit. Right down to the gram.
Yep. Let's go to the next one then. This one's for you, Smee. The one about opioids. Is that from you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is from the Medical Express. It's a study. It finds daily opioid use has fallen 9 to 11 points after recreational cannabis legalization.
Woo.
So yeah, legalizing cannabis for both medical and recreational use may lead to a decline in daily opioid use among people who inject drugs in the United States, according to a new study led by the Boston University School of Public Health researcher, BUSF for short.
Thank you.
Yeah, bus.
BUSF.
You know,
That's as close as I can get.
why have they put that fucking acronym in there? It's weird. That is.
It
Yeah.
really is.
Mm-hmm.
So, published in the journal Drug and Alcohol Dependence, the study found that US states that legalize marijuana for medical and adult recreational use saw a 9 to 11% point decline in daily opioid use among this population, compared to the states that legalize marijuana for medical use only.
It
So
all
that
suddenly makes sense, don't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Actually promoting the fact that recreational use is good.
Right.
See more of a percentage drop in the ones that have legalized for rec compared to the ones that have legalized for just medical.
Mhm.
That's cool. Yeah, but hold on tight, guys. You know,
Okay.
there's the trigger warnings towards the end of
Oh
this.
no.
Okay, okay.
Sorry about that. While the harms and benefits of cannabis use and cannabis reform continue to be debated in a national stage, these findings highlight one major potential advantage of widespread access to marijuana, or cannabis, as we prefer to call it. This increased access may enable people to substitute their use of an unstable and toxic opioid supply with comparatively safe cannabis, and thus lower the chances of experiencing opioid related harms or dying from an overdose.
That's a
Mhm.
big one.
It
Mhm.
really is.
It's a
In
big
the
side
US,
effect. Yeah.
yeah, it is a
Yeah.
big side effect. You know, overdose is a massive side effect. And in the US, opioids contribute to more than 75% of
Fucking
fatal
hell.
drug overdoses. Sackler
Mm-hmm.
family, you have a lot to answer
Allegedly.
for.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Gosh. Careful there, Smee. Oh.
Yeah, annoying. So this study was published on the heels of a significant shift in the US drug policy that will indeed lower restrictions on cannabis. Last December, President Donald Trump signed the executive order to downgrade cannabis from Schedule 1 classification, assigned to drugs such as heroin and ecstasy. Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
To the Schedule 3 classification, which refers to drugs that pose minimal to moderate risk of physical and psychological dependence. Nearly all US states and Washington, D.C. have legalized cannabis for medical use, except for Wisconsin, whilst
Yeah.
48%, whilst 48% of states now allow cannabis for adult recreational, which is
We're
pretty cool.
almost 50%, man.
That's nearly half
Yeah.
of the United
That's
States
crazy,
now
isn't it?
letting you do it recreationally as well as
Yeah.
medically.
And it's more than half of the actual population by numbers, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt,
California and New York being
no
in there,
doubt.
both legal.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So people who inject drugs are part of a population that is at the epicenter of the opium crisis in America, and they stand to benefit for the most from these policies that increase access to cannabis. By focusing on this group, the study builds upon past research and cannabis use and opioid mortality that has primarily examined the general population, which has a lower risk of experiencing opioid related harms with mixed results. So basically, that
Right.
convoluted sentence meant that cannabis better than opioid. Use cannabis, not die. Use
Yeah.
opioid, die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's saying cannabis also produces mixed results, which we already know that it affects different people in different ways. So the magnitude of decrease in opioid use that we observe among the population that is experienced with opioid use and likely to experience unpleasant withdrawal symptoms after reducing the use of a very profound and important, says study lead and corresponding author Dr. Danielle Haley,
Okay. Yeah.
assistant professor and community health science at
It's
the
going to have to be a 4, that one, Smee.
Yeah, give me a 4 on that one. I agree. I agree. So yeah, she's the assistant professor in community health science at BUSF. Yes.
Okay.
The takeaway, she says, is that creating a safe and regulated supply of a substance is a valuable overdose prevention tactic because it can reduce the use of non-regulated and more dangerous substances. So yeah, swapping cannabis for opioids would definitely be overdose prevention tactic
Mm-hmm.
in my eyes. So yeah, legalized cannabis tends to be higher quality and more potent. Okay. As these products become more available and cheaper, people might be able to reduce their opioid use even without increasing how often they use cannabis, which is a good thing. We don't
Mm-hmm.
want people to come off opioids just to get having to take 20 times more cannabis. We're hoping that they can come off just with the cannabis that they use,
Mm-hmm.
which is good. For the study, Dr. Haley and colleagues utilized data from centers of Center for Disease Control and Prevention, National HIV Behavioral Science. That was a
Surveillance.
big mouthful. Oh, sorry, surveillance. Yeah,
That was a 2.
Yeah.
that should have been a negative 2. It was a completely different word.
I didn't want to hurt your feelings too much.
No, mate, call me it. Call me it. Feelings can't be hurt. I'm a northerner, mate. Including self-reported use of cannabis and non-medical opioid use within the last 12 months among nearly 29,000 people who inject drugs, comparing data from states that did not legalize cannabis, legalized it for medical use only, or legalized it for both medical use and adult recreational use. The data spanned 13 states in 4 waves: 2012, 2015, 2018, and 2022. So you can say what you want about this, but at least I think they've been thorough. They've used nearly 30,000 people and they've done it over many, many years.
Yeah, a bunch of years.
Yeah. And or at least they've gone back that many years and checked out the opioid use. So the decline in opioid use was equivalent across all racial ethnic groups, as well as amongst males and females. This study adds to the growing body of evidence that sensible changes to our outdated drugs policy can have a positive health impact, especially among some of our most vulnerable neighbours, says study co-author Dr. Leo Beletsky, professor
That was a
in
good
law.
one. That was an 8 for sure.
I'm making it up from that -2, that 8, so that's a 6. Professor of Law and Health Sciences at Northeastern University. The team did not observe overall links between cannabis legislation and daily cannabis use, but cannabis use did increase by 5% points among white participants living in states that transitioned from no legalization to legalizing cannabis for medical use only. This increase amongst white participants could reflect long-standing racial inequities in health care and make it easier for white people to navigate health systems and services that people and other races, the researchers say. I don't understand why this bit is actually in this.
Yeah.
I don't either.
It's a completely off the cuff remark from someone's point of view, I think.
Yeah.
It goes on to say understanding how policies related to substance use benefit the half of the people who use drug is essential for effective cannabis reform. What this study shows is the potential impact of decriminalisation paired with access to regulated supply, says Stephen Murray, adjunct clinical assistant professor of community health sciences at BUSF, who also now get on this, who also an overdose survivor and former paramedic with expertise in overdose prevention. Murray was not involved in the study. Well, no shit.
Okay.
He has expertise in overdose prevention. He should have listened to his own advice then, because it says first he's also an overdose survivor. So, or maybe he's accidentally overdosed and become an expert because of that and don't want other people to do it. But either way, he was not involved in this study.
To be an
So
expert
why
in something, you shouldn't necessarily do that thing. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's maybe why this seems like out of place in this article, because that's what this guy's going on about. He's going on about racial equality and all this sort of stuff, rather than actually what this article's about, which is dropping people from opioid use to cannabis use.
Did you lose where you are?
So I lost where I was. Sorry. When legal barriers are removed, and people have safer alternatives available, we see meaningful reductions in daily opioid use, even among people with long histories of injection drug use. This is a powerful signal, and it really is. That really is. If you drop the barriers, you make safer drugs available, and you get less people dying. It's a freaking simple equation as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
But the findings also serve as a reminder that the design and the implementation of these policies matter, he says. Commercialized access to cannabis does not benefit all communities equally, and without intentional equality focused policy, long standing racial disparities in healthcare access and criminalization can persist even under legalization. The
That's
researcher
bullshit.
says future research should further investigate links between links between legal, medical, and recreational cannabis, and reduce opioid use, as well as consider benefits in other areas, such as the reduction in cases of blood-borne infection through injection. The
Right.
study's senior author is Dr. Hannah Cooper Rollins, Chair of Substance Use Disorder Research and Professor of Behavioral Science and Health Education Sciences at Emory University's Rollins School of Public Health.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
So people are using less opioids when cannabis has been legalized. That sums that up.
Basically,
Pretty
yeah,
good, yeah.
that whole
Which is
last
good.
quarter was not needed.
Yeah.
But the first the first half was very positive to the fact that 75% of fatal drug overdoses are because of opioids.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
It's probably that fentanyl shit as well. That seems to be causing
Fucking
a lot of
gross.
damage.
and
Mhm.
opioids are so easily available in
Yeah.
America. You buy them over the counter. It's not
Mhm.
just people that it's not just, as we say, it's not just the tramps with chips, is it, that are taking these drugs and overdosing. It's normal everyday. Your nan, oh,
Yeah.
she's took her dose, she's forgotten because the doses make you woozy or whatever, and
Yeah.
and there's
Yeah.
nobody about.
Scary.
Oh, I feel a little pain. Have I taken my drugs? No, maybe not. Bosh, take it again. Before you know it, you're fitting on the floor, frothing from the mouth, and I'll
Nobody
walk
wants
in, laugh
that.
at you, call you cool Joe. What?
Madness, man.
Madness,
Mhm.
crazy.
And in the USA as well, where they have, you have to buy your medicines. These people just start off with back pain meds, and then the doctor's like, "Oh, you've had enough of those. We're stopping it now," and they can't afford to buy it anymore. So they go to the fucking street and buy opioids
Yeah.
from a dodgy dealer, and that's where a lot of people end up on the streets and with these drug problems in the first place. Was just trying to substitute some pain relief that they did have and could no longer afford. It's tragic shit, man. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's terrible.
Terrible.
So
It is.
They want to get people off drugs, but yet they're turning everyday normal people like my nan
yeah.
into
Well, they
into druggies.
claim to want to get people off drugs, but they don't really. They
No,
want
they
all of
don't.
these people on as many different pharmaceutical medications as possible because it's more customers, isn't it? It's more product sold by their big pharma friends who own the government allegedly.
Yeah.
You know?
And it keeps everybody subdued because all these side effects are,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
meant to. They're meant
Nobody's
to
going to
keep
go
you
fight in a war under
conforming.
these conditions, are they?
Exactly, my man.
Right.
Madness, man. Fucking hell. And this is, the articles like this make you realize why cannabis is still illegal in so many places.
Yeah.
Because let's just round it up and say a 10% drop in sales for opioids for big pharma.
Right.
That's a substantial amount of money. So if you can just support a politician's campaign finances, say, oh, we'll give you $5 million towards your campaign there. Just make sure that this cannabis stuff stays illegal for us. Yeah, no problem. And then as a result, they save $100 billion because that's 10% of their revenue that come in on an opioid. So it's a worthy investment, man. So it's fucked up shit. It's ridiculous, man.
And that was the thing that was sitting like. I know I said it was really quite positive, the way they've been talking about cannabis and it drops thing, but all the way through, as I was reading that for the first time, I had this really bad taste in the back of my throat, thinking, this is why cannabis is illegal, just like you said, Mackie, because Big Pharma is seeing these drops and their fucking knee-jerk reaction is to just, like you say,
it's the only logical thing, man. It's the only It's the only reason why. Because what other reason is there? If alcohol is legal, then they have no excuse of, oh, but it's a dangerous drug. Alcohol is far worse. That's completely legal. You can go get it whenever you want. So give me another one. Oh, smoking's bad. It's like, okay, but tobacco and cigarettes illegal. So try again. They don't have any good leg to stand on. There's no good reason why cannabis is illegal. Oh, the psychosis. Alcohol causes that shit too.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many fucking things, man. There's no excuse. The only reason why cannabis is still legal, in my mind, and in my opinion, and that's all it is because Big Pharma said so. Simple.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah,
It's
I
the only
agree.
thing that makes sense. But anyway, let's move on to the next one because John is eager to get that beans on toast.
I'm ready. I'm ready
Oh,
to
yeah,
get it.
John.
I got to get through this
You wanna?
last little article for me, and then yeah, then I
Yeah,
can start
and
on
then
that.
you can
You
go
know what I'm
cooking
saying?
that shit. Sweet. So
Yeah,
let's talk about
baby.
this op-ed then.
Yeah, so I thought this was kind of cool. Maybe give a little perspective, I guess. So here's why many cops support Trump's marijuana rescheduling move. And again, this is an op-ed, so an opinion from someone.
I think
Every
all
hour an
news
op.
is just
Oh,
somebody's opinion nowadays.
yeah,
Just saying.
yeah, yeah. It kind of basically is. But hopefully, this is a genuine op-ed from someone. Okay.
We can dream.
So, yeah, every hour an officer spends on a simple marijuana case is an hour not spent investigating violent crime, stopping human trafficking, or getting fentanyl off the streets. 100% agree. 100% agree, everybody. So, this is by Gary Weigart, former St. Louis police sergeant via Missouri Independent. So, this guy is an ex-police sergeant. I dedicated decades of my life to helping keep St. Louis safe. As a former cop, I know how hard it is to do that with limited resources. We can't be everywhere at once or prevent every crime. How to prioritize our time and resources matters. That's why many police chiefs, sheriffs, and prosecutors across the country support President Donald Trump's decision to change how cannabis is classified. I'm clapping for this guy. Okay. That was a good statement. So for over 50 years, marijuana has been listed as a Schedule 1 drug, the same category as heroin. That classification means the federal government considers it to have no medical value and a high potential for abuse. But everyone knows that's simply not true anymore, including cops who have been forced to navigate conflicting federal, state, and local laws. Millions of Americans use it legally under state law every single day because 38 states have legalized cannabis in some form. I think that number must be kind of like an average of it. This disconnect between federal and state law isn't just a technicality, it creates real problems for law enforcement. Every hour an officer spends, again, I'm going to state this again, on a simple marijuana case is an hour not spent in investigating violent crimes, such as stopping human trafficking or getting fentanyl off the streets. Consider these stats from the Law Enforcement Action Partnership. Of the 11.8 million arrests in the United States for drug-related offenses since 2011, over 80% involve simple possession. That's a lot. That's a lot. Arrests for simple possession of cannabis comprise approximately 35% of all drug arrests and
Wow.
44% of drug possession arrests.
Fucking hell.
That's a
That's
lot,
crazy.
right? An outstanding 16.5% of all arrests in the United States since 2011 were for simple possession of cannabis.
What? So that's like all arrests, like everything, not just drug arrests. 16.5% of all arrests in the United States since 2011 were for simple cannabis possession.
That's
Unbelievable.
Oh my god,
crazy.
that's
Privatized
ridiculous.
prisons for you.
Right, right. But I bet if you were to look at this, I wonder if it's been dropping slowly. You know what I mean? Like that number, if it's dropped over the years as more states have
Oh,
legalized.
that's a good point as well, because more states have legalized since 2011. What's it like
Yeah.
in the 10 years from 2001 to 2011? What percentage is
Right.
that? I bet it's more than 16.5%. That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So he goes on, does that really seem like the best use of cops' time? Wouldn't you rather have law enforcement focusing on real threats from violent crime and drugs like fentanyl? Rescheduling would help both federal and state law enforcement work together on priority threats that genuinely harm our communities, including illegal grow operations run by criminal enterprises. They're out there. Here's what we're seeing on the ground. When you have conflicting federal and state laws, you create space for criminals to operate unlicensed cannabis operations, some tied to organized crime, are popping up in the states like California and Oklahoma. These outfits don't follow any safety standards, don't pay taxes, and don't care about keeping products away from kids. Legal, regulated cannabis businesses struggle to compete when they're hit with crushing federal tax burdens, while illegal operators face no oversight at all. Under current laws, under current law, state legal cannabis companies can deduct normal business expenses on their federal taxes, something every other legitimate business can do. This puts them at a massive disadvantage and pushes consumers toward the unregulated market we're trying to shut down.
I just want to say here
Moving,
that it's
yeah,
crazy to think, who should we put in charge of cannabis law and making sure it all works right? Oh, this cop. You know, it just seems crazy to say, but this guy knows what he's talking about. He's obviously been
well,
there
yeah,
in the field, actually seeing the consequences of cannabis law firsthand. So he knows what the
right.
score is here. I think I agree with, I know pretty much everything he said so far.
Yeah, no, I mean it's kind of what interested me. I wanted to get a perspective from a cop that's been
Mm.
around doing this for years, man. And I don't think enough of them are showcased to talk about things like this, you know what I mean? Or they might get looked down upon or what have you, the stigma. But I
Mm-hmm.
think he's got some good points. So moving cannabis to Schedule 3, the category for substances with accepted medical use and lower abuse potential, will let legal businesses operate fairly, which means more resources for regulation and enforcement where it actually matters. We're not talking about legalizing marijuana at the federal level. Schedule 3 substances are still controlled, but the change would acknowledge what doctors, researchers, and patients already know. Cannabis has legitimate medical uses and shouldn't be treated like heroin or other dangerous Schedule 1 drugs. Amen, brother.
Mm-hmm.
For many people in law enforcement, this isn't just about public safety. This issue hits close to home for many cops, particularly those who have served our country in the military. Research shows that rates of PTSD among police officers and other first responders can be as much as 5 times greater than the general population. Cannabis-based treatments could help, but current federal restrictions make access difficult, especially for active duty
Mm-hmm.
military and federal employees, which is true, very true.
Yeah, yeah.
Rescheduling wouldn't solve all these problems overnight, but it's a necessary step towards sensible policy that serves both public safety and the people who dedicate their lives to protecting others. Supporting cannabis rescheduling isn't about being pro marijuana or anti marijuana. It's about recognizing that our current approach isn't working. The federal state conflict undermines law enforcement effectiveness, props up criminal markets, and prevents us from focusing resources where they're needed most. That's why Law Enforcement Action Partnership and law enforcement leaders both officially support rescheduling. We can regulate cannabis responsibly, just like we regulate alcohol and prescription medications. We can research its effects and uses scientifically. We can create a clear standards and oversight, and we can do all of this while keeping communities safe, probably safer than they are now. After years of enforcing marijuana prohibition, many of us in law enforcement have reached the same conclusion. It's time for federal policy to catch up with reality.
Mm-hmm.
Rescheduling to Schedule 3 is a practical, evidence-based step that will make our jobs easier and the community safer. That's not politics, that's just good policing. Boom. I like
Boom.
that. I like that little opinion piece there, honestly.
I'm going to try and get this guy on the show.
Yeah.
Right? Like, huh?
Let me just
And it doesn't really
Yeah.
mark
say if
that
he's
now.
like part of, I wonder if he's kind of like a supporter of like normal or any other, excuse me, groups
Yeah,
out
maybe.
there. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
The thing is, when you're
Because
a
he
cop,
kind of sounds like he's got his, more than just being a cop. It sounds like he's done some research. He's
Mm-hmm.
done, he's talked to people,
Yeah.
you
he's
He's seen
know.
it
he's
firsthand.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's seen it
Mm-hmm.
firsthand. His boots on the ground, didn't he? He's probably arrested so many people for
Mm-hmm.
cannabis that have like totally been placid. Oh yeah, sorry, Gov. Do you know what I mean? Sort of thing. No
Yeah.
violence and this, that, and the other. And then he's arresting people on all the other drugs, and it's like the
Right.
difference is night and day. The difference is
And
night
the
and
thing
day.
is as well, these things police officers see, and I know as cannabis users, many of us have got this PTSD, this hatred towards police officers, which is somewhat understandable. But when you think of it on a human level, you take the cannabis out of it, the things these guys have to do in their fucking jobs, and it's terrible. They have to go to these car crashes. They have to go and tell family that their children are no longer with them. They have to see horrible things. They have to do horrible things. It's really not a good job. You know what I mean?
Right.
And 16%, according to these statistics, 16% of the things this guy was dealing with was just somebody possessing cannabis. And it's like, I have got far more important things to be dealing with than this shit.
Right.
And he's seen it. And it's like, I don't want to deal with the weed. I've got to go help that young girl over there who's having trouble from her ex-boyfriend. I've got, you know, many other things that they could be doing instead of this. And he's seen it firsthand. And he's sick of it. And I'm sure there's many other police officers out there that are also sick of it. Maybe there needs to be like a national strike of police officers that are just like, you know, we're not dealing with the cannabis anymore.
Right.
We're not doing it. This is a nationwide thing. We've had enough of your bullshit. We're not enforcing cannabis law anymore.
Right. And I think a lot you see, I feel like I've seen a bunch of different offices like sheriff's departments or police departments that have just basically said we're not even dealing with it. Or you could watch like say an episode of Cops and they'd be like, man, we don't even care if you have any weed on you. We want to know who shot that guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you know, it's like they don't care. Just get us to what we're trying to do that's really meaningful, you know. Oh, yeah. Crazy.
So
but good.
John's
That
going
was
to go
a good
make
one.
that beans on toast. Yeah. And I'm going to try and reach out to the guy. See if we can
Continue
get him
on.
the show.
I'm gonna go fire this
that'd
up.
be
But we've got one more from West Korea here, which I just wanted to quickly bring up and make sure you all was where it is, because it's important news. Did you know, everybody, that medical cannabis is helping Miracle Girl, Mom says? Did you know that in the UK, cannabis is being used as a medicine to help children with epilepsy? Did you know? We all fucking know. We've known for fucking ages, but for some reason, the BBC just wants to drag this article up and be like, oh, look at this. Cannabis is safe this week. I mean,
They
fuck
missed,
you,
obviously
BBC.
missed that documentary on Netflix nearly 10 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago. They come out every few years.
Yeah.
Listen to this. A mother of 6-year-old girl who takes medical cannabis to control her epileptic seizures has met a government minister to push for it to be available on the NHS. This was something that Hannah Deacon did. R.I.P. to Hannah Deacon.
Yeah.
Tragic. This isn't the first time. It's not just Hannah Deacon. There's Joanne Griffiths. There's so many mothers out there who've been fighting for this for 8 years now. Longer than 8 years. It's been legalized for 8 years now, and 5.5. No, I can't get the maths right. 7.5.
Yep.
Since 2018, since November 2018, it's been legal for medical use. So they were obviously fighting hard before then. But why, after this amount of time, is the BBC just releasing another article pretending like it's helping or something when they've been part of the fucking problem for so long? You know what I mean? You pick which side you're on, BBC. Emily from Somerset says the family spent £750 a month buying the oil from a private clinic, which she said had massively helped her daughter Clover. In quotations, she just a little miracle, and we really do have cannabis to thank for a lot of that, says Emily. But I thought it doesn't work for medicine. What is she talking about, this lady? The Department of Health said the NHS funded licensed cannabis-based medicines where there was clear evidence of the quality, safety, and effectiveness. And this is something that gets to me. It's like all these mothers out there paying at least £750 a month, some of them paying £2,000 a month to buy this medicine for their children that doesn't work. Do you fucking hear yourselves?
I know,
It doesn't work, so they're spending all this fucking money. £2,000 is people's wages for their whole month.
It's fucking ridiculous.
You know what
the
I mean?
price that they put £750 a month for oil.
And that's a low end. We've seen much. People spend much more. They have to do
Unreal.
raffles and go for charity help to afford
Your
the medicine
friend-
for their children.
That guy you know that bought, was it 300 mil? No, 30 milliliters.
Yeah, Gary
for-
Ouds. Yeah.
30
helping the guy with
millilitres
cancer.
for £100, was it, or something? Fucking oil.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant Gary Ouds, who was arrested for taking cannabis oil to some cancer patient. Wasn't even
no.
charging him money, giving it away for free. and he
Yeah,
was
there's that
arrested
as
for
well.
it.
But no, when
Mhm.
it costs 30, no wonder he was giving it away. When it costs £100 for 30 mil, was it? You said
Yeah,
your friend
yeah.
got it.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable,
100 quid.
unbelievable. And I know, I literally, I can go to Aldi, pick up a bottle of olive oil
Yeah,
for
yeah, and
five,
make some.
6 quid
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
make some. Honestly, and that's a litre. According to their price,
Madness, man. And it's frustrating.
unbelievable.
It's just
So
disgusting. There's
frustrating.
clearly
So
medical
cheap to make, and they're
benefits to
selling
it.
it for so.
Mm-hmm. It's madness. It's absolutely disgusting. And the BBC need to do better, but they won't, because this is just a government propaganda mouthpiece nowadays. The fucking
And this is a freaking
BBC.
kid. Why is a kid
Mm-hmm.
having to spend 750 fucking quid a month?
Yeah,
It's not. This is not going
it's
on
for
an
a child's
adult. This is
medicine.
for a fucking child's medicine.
It's madness, man.
Unbelievable,
It's
mate. Sorry,
disgusting.
triggered.
Yeah,
Triggered.
but it's understandable because it's for a child. Would
This
you
is
want the
it.
child to go out and fucking work and
When
make
kids
a
are
shitload of
involved,
money?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
disgusting, man.
It's like dogs and
disgusting.
stuff. To me, kids, dogs, animals, they can't fight for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to fight for them, and that's why I get triggered so much, because no child's family should have to pay 750 quid a
Yeah,
month for
it's disgusting.
any form.
And just the cheek of these companies as well.
Especially when some allegedly fat idiot has got insulin for free because they couldn't stop eating Maltesers.
Damn.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You're gonna fucking trigger me now,
Oh,
Smee.
proper trigger.
That
Sorry.
is terrible.
See what I'm saying? Why do they get the fucking treatment? Why are they so special? Because they
They've
eat
done it to
pork pies all
themselves,
day.
yeah.
They've done it to themselves, and this poor little girl has to spend money that she doesn't have yet. They're
Calm
already
down,
putting
Smee.
this fucking.
Take a breath, Smee.
Yeah,
Take a breath, Smee.
I'll just mute and have a mighty.
Gosh. Yeah, hit that mighty while I read some more of this.
Sorry, people that are listening.
But absolutely
crap, I heard that
understandable.
over at the stove.
Jesus. Manufacturers must seek the proper approval before a medicine can be made routinely available for NHS patients, they added. So why is it taking 8 years to get this done? Fucking get it done.
Yeah.
Clover from Nunny near Frome, well, I think that was correct, has a Cardi syndrome, which affects her brain and can cause dozens of seizures each day. After researching treatments, her parents Emily and Spencer got her a prescription for medical cannabis in 2020. They said they were delighted with the results, and she was down to a few mild seizures each day. The use of cannabis for medical purposes was legalized in West Korea in 2018. It can only be prescribed by specialist doctors, and only a few types are available on the NHS. The NHS normally only supports treatments once there have been medical trials and approval by the National Institute for Care and Health Excellence. That has not yet happened for cannabis oil used by Clover. Ridiculous. So get it done. Get it done. It's been 8 years, you useless fuckers.
Yeah.
The family said paying for the medical cannabis privately had cost them £60,000.
Fucking Jesus Christ!
That's crazy.
Bollocks.
Move.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
Move
I
where
would
to?
move.
Where to?
To the U.S. I would move
6
to
years
the
old
U.S.
and 60 grand in debt.
If you're gonna spend 60 grand in 1 year on this, take that 60 grand. Move
No, this
to the
is since
US and get
2020,
it.
which doesn't excuse it.
Oh, since 2020.
Yeah,
but
it's been
still,
at like 10 grand a year.
holy
Unbelievable.
Christ.
Disgusting.
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. And it says,
Where do
but they would keep
where do
doing
these
it.
people live? I'll go find them. They won't have to pay 10 grand a year anymore. Swear to God.
The thing is as well, because we've discussed this, we've had these mothers on the show.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the cannabis medicine, it differs each time. You don't know what terpenes are working, what cannabinoids are working, and some of it works better than others. They need a consistent, regular supply of cannabis medicine that is consistent across the board, so they can buy it numerous times and over again, and it doesn't change. And that's what they can use, and it really helps with the kids.
That's including
treatment.
strain, isn't it?
Yeah.
It needs to be the same strain. It needs to be grown in the same way. It needs to have, like you said, the same terpene profile.
Mm-hmm.
And if what the question was last week was going on about different terpene profiles coming out at different decarboxylation rates,
So this all needs to be done by the NHS.
yeah.
They need to get it together and get actual medicine sorted that people can use. It's been 8 years. There's no excuse for this. Anyway, it says, but they would keep doing it however long Clover needed it, as it had hugely increased the quality of life, of course. And we're supposed to be there to support people like this, to give them the resources they need to look after their child. But no. After asking their MP, Anna Sabine, who represents Frome and East Somerset, for help. She raised the issue with the Prime Minister in Parliament, and Clover was invited to meet Parliamentary Undersecretary of State of Health, Innovation and Safety, Zubia Ahmed. And I hope she went up to him and says, "You're a fucking cunt, mate." Sorry. He, Ahmed, was mortified that we'd been waiting for so long, Emily said following the meeting. No, he's just acting. He's pretending he knows exactly what's going on. He's mortified. We've come out of there with a really clear course of actions, he added. Sabine agreed the minister is from a medical background and understood a lot about the issue, so I'm going to keep pushing. That's what she said. That's the whole story there. And
Look
as you
at
can tell,
look at that cunt in the middle. Look at his body language. He's twisting away from her. He's trying to distance himself away from her as much as he can.
there we go. There we go. That guy there. No,
Yeah.
all for the shit.
Clown.
All for the
Look
shit.
at him.
You know what I mean? If there was anybody who really cared and wanted to get this shit done in positions of power, it would have been done. It's been 8 fucking years.
And
You know what I mean?
do you know
It would have
what?
been done.
It ain't going to happen until one of their fucking kids gets it. I swear to God.
Mhm.
And the amount of fucking documentaries and like the interviews I've listened with the ladies you've interviewed and the mothers you've interviewed on this show and the other shows that I've listened to. Seizures is the big thing that it fixes the most in kids. There's kids that get 20, 30 seizures a day, started taking some form of cannabis or CBD, and they go from 20 seizures a day to 2. It's freaking believable how much better the quality of life is.
Yeah. And it's just shocking.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were listening to her?
Yeah, I was listening to the documentary, and it was just a little old lady that was like, she lived next door, and she'd lived next door to this couple for like 10 years. And finally, the kid's outside playing. She's like, for 10 years, I've wished I could see this kid playing outside because I know he's not been able to. And now he's outside there. It's like, and to find that it was done by an illegal drug. She does in obviously air quotes. I was doing that. And this is some little old lady that's just, and I'm like, if a little old lady gets it, why are these clowns getting it?
Because they get fucking envelopes passed their way. Pretty obvious. You know?
Yeah.
So anyway,
Sorry.
so that's so just in case anybody wasn't aware, that cannabis helps for epilepsy in children. Just in case you didn't know, just can't get it unless you want to pay a fucking fortune for it. Tragic. Absolute mistake. But what we saying, John? Have you got your beans on toast ready?
Listen, I've got it warmed up. I was just letting you get through the article. I'm going to go push the toast down, and then I'm going to make it as we're doing the smoke break. So we want to go into that.
So we'll quickly cover some forum news then before while John gets his toast ready.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, not really much going on the forum right now. I don't. The Plant of the Month ties. I just haven't seen who's won that yet. Yeah, but not much going on right now. Any news you can think of there, Smee?
No. Was it 420 got member of the month this
That's right,
month?
yeah, 420. Congrats to 420.
Congrats to
the
him.
man of the month. Yeah, but that's about it, really. Nothing much going on.
Not a great deal going on in the old was it February now?
Yeah, it's
First
February
week
now.
of February?
It is in February.
You know what I mean? Is it February yet?
Holy.
You
Listen, I'm waiting on the toast still. I'm waiting on the toast.
J5 Fold 20 in the chat says, I probably shouldn't swear when venting in chat. You swear as much as you like, mate. Say what you like around here.
Yeah,
and
mate.
It's valid. It's worthy. Because it's fucking bullshit. The shit we all have to put up with.
Yep.
You know,
Here's the thing. Just those stories alone about the kids should
Sneak,
make
was it?
people completely change their mind.
hmm
Sorry.
You know?
Are we in the smoke break?
No,
Hold
not
on,
yet.
come back.
Oh, okay. Tom, that's all I'm saying. Twat.
Right then. So there's no more news to cover. I think we're ready for the smoke break then. Are we ready?
Do it,
Yes.
lady.
Let's do it, lady. Let's do it. Right, then smoke break. Now we can be a little bit more relaxed. So, like, great show last night, says Mad Dog. Yeah, went on Ken Somerville's show yesterday.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just chatted some shit with him for an hour or so. Yeah, good time. I enjoyed it. It was
My
fun.
brother's just dropped into the chat.
Your brother?
Yes. So
Real life
everybody give
brother?
him loads of fucking my real life brother, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So everybody
Oh,
give
no,
him
he's
loads of
found you.
stress. Tom, 100
Which
555.
guy? Oh,
He
right.
needs to be called all the cunts under the sun. Only
Okay.
joking, Tom.
Ban him from chat, everybody. Put him in a
Oh, yeah.
timeout.
Put him in a timeout. I've got the power.
Jesus. Oh my goodness. Yeah, welcome, Tom, to the
Yeah.
chat.
Welcome, Smees, bro.
Yeah.
Loving the passion. Yeah,
He said, calm down, Smee, you silly cunt. He's freaking out. Take a deep breath, is what he said.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we just he's got John over there making some toast. Gonna have a life-changing experience here, everybody. Just in case you didn't know, he's trying cheesy beans on toast for the first time.
Hell yeah, he is.
Crazy. Crazy.
Put it in his mouth and the harps are going to start
No rush,
playing.
John. Just make sure it's done correct. That's right. Adam Bob said I might have to try this shit. It's just a simple food that's just so. It's not so good. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go restaurant and have beans on toast. You know, it's only on Percy's. What was that? Did you mention Simper done a podcast with Fine Homegrown? Is it only on Percy's? No, he hasn't done one recently. But Simper was on a few months ago. We were supposed to do another one, but something came up and he couldn't do it. But any interview we've done with Simper has been released out on all of the networks, iTunes, Spotify, all of those networks. So they're out there. They'll be on the High and Homegrown website and interviews. Okay, John, what are you saying?
Okay. Just because.
Get ready for them angels to start singing, John.
Here we go. So everybody knows I'm real. Okay. Here's the beans on toast.
Sorry, let me pin you for a second so everybody can see.
Yeah. Look at everybody.
Right. There we go.
Look at everybody.
There's John. Okay, that cheese should be mixed in with the beans.
There should be a bit
coming.
more
Let
cheese.
it melt, bro. I just
Okay.
put it on there. Get on. Donna Summer, boy. So this is the Heinz beans. Okay. The Heinz beans, as you can see right here. Okay.
That's right.
Look at that.
I've got the cheddar cheese. And we're going with just a regular nice toast here with some
toast
butter.
isn't crispy enough. What the fuck is that?
What
Toast
are we
is
talking
selective. He's personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, my missus likes
You like
it bent.
burnt bread?
I
Is that
like
what you
it
like?
Not bent.
So everybody knows I'm not faking it, right? That's the whole point of this. So I tried the beans beforehand, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna for us Americans, I'm gonna give you kind of an idea of what I feel like the beans are. They're kind of close to like our pork and beans, but if you've ever eaten SpaghettiOs, the sauce in these kind of tastes like that.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you guys don't have SpaghettiOs?
No, we
what?
do. We call them spaghetti
Okay.
hoops.
What the fuck?
Because they're fucking
Spaghetti
hoops, John.
hoops.
What the
They're
fuck?
hoops.
They're hoops, John.
They're goddamn O's.
And we have alphabet spaghetti.
Do you also call it cheery hoops?
No, no.
Oh, you got us there, John.
I
But
do got
Cheerios
you
is
there,
a
bro.
brand
Cheerios
name,
is,
right?
Cheerios is a brand name. Yeah.
I don't want to hear your bullshit. SpaghettiOs is a brand name.
But the cheese on toast is going cold. Come on, we got to fire this shit up. Let's go, John.
Quiet. Okay, we're gonna give this a shot. I got the cheese. I got the toast
That's
right there.
right.
The beans.
That's right.
That is British honest pork. That.
Ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
It's good, but
Yes, we knew this.
Yes.
We knew this.
I said it's good. There's no biscuits and gravy.
Oh no,
However,
no, yeah. It's not fucking epic. It's not steak, but it's good.
It's good.
I mean, you could eat it as a snack. I'll give you that.
That's exactly what it
Okay?
is, John. It is a
You could
snack.
eat
It's
it
not meant
as a
to
snack.
be eaten as a.
I'm not
lunch.
too terribly mad at it, but what are you guys doing? There's so many other things.
We're just trying to survive over here, John. What the fuck?
Yeah, man. So there's that. All right,
To be
that's the
fair,
review.
John.
I probably would eat it again, except for not at $8.50 a can.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So cheers,
That is
everybody. Now
ridiculous.
we're gonna shut this off and go like
Well,
that.
There
Boom.
we
are.
go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Now there, I did it.
Move that
Now you can
pin.
get off my junk about it.
No, you're gonna
It's
finish
not
that,
better
right?
than
You're not just
shit
gonna
on
let
a
it
shingle.
sit there.
I'm gonna eat it.
What
as we're
shit
going
on his
here.
shingle?
Oh my fuck. It's essentially like chipped beef with gravy over toast.
Oh yeah,
Like
that sounds
brown gravy.
good.
It is
Like-
good.
Okay.
Like just like bits off a brisket.
Or
of thing.
any kind of beef, really.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
cheap
and
over
then
here,
and then
so.
yeah, and just because that's how I like my gravy. I get loads of bits that have fallen off my beef, stick it in with my gravy, mix it up, and you just yeah, it's like a dipping sauce for me. That
Right.
and a drink.
Now, Vegemite is terrible. Adam Bomb in the chat said Vegemite sandwiches next. I tried Vegemite. Terrible.
No.
Marmite's good if you only use a small amount of it and use it buttered toast. Then Marmite is good. It's a required taste. But Vegemite compared to Marmite is fucking dreadful. Dreadful. That shit's disgusting. Anchovety is something that Vikings been going on for a while. I think I did see that in a shop at some point near me. So, and I like anchovies on my pizzas. So I think maybe anchovety might be something I do have to try.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think it might be nice, like pate on dry toast. Just a little corner of the dry toast with the anchovety or whatever it is. And yeah, that's.
You enjoying that there, John?
Tastes like
okay.
It tastes like grilled cheese sandwiches dipped in tomato soup.
Yeah, it's close.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
It's not.
I have a confession.
Okay.
I don't actually eat beans after. I see beans as a breakfast food. So if it gets past 12 p.m., I don't eat.
What the hell?
Oh, okay.
It's just my little quirk. I've been
beans
like that since
is a
I was
breakfast food.
I see it as a breakfast food. Yeah, before 12
those Heinz
a.m.
beans. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I did not add any black pepper.
As soon as 12 p.m. comes along, no all day breakfast for Smee. All morning breakfast, I'm afraid. Yeah, I just don't see beans as a food that I eat after 12. I'm strange.
There we go. What a lovely experience
that was. What about with a hamburger and shit? Like, what are we talking about?
Oh no, egg and bacon on a hamburger. If you're gonna stick anything on a hamburger.
No, don't put it on there. But like when you're eating outside.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Chips,
few people like like the beans that you get from the KFC and stuff like that. No, I don't. No, I just skip that. I just.
Vark Dog said, "Who eats beans for breakfast? What the fuck? You just don't know the breakfast we're talking about, Vark Dog. The breakfast, man. The full English breakfast. Bacon, sausage, fried bread, beans, egg, some tomatoes on there, some black pudding or blood sausage, as you guys call it. Man,
that sounds like breakfast.
That's breakfast. That's real breakfast.
Sausage.
That is
it's
breakfast.
Real breakfast.
That is a breakfast of champions.
Gosh, man.
You guys are English for sure.
Yeah.
Rich over there with your breakfast.
We are very
Jesus
English.
Christ.
You know?
Oh, yes. Very northern at that as well. Well, I am anyway.
Full English breakfast. That's the one. That's the one.
Right.
Well, give me
toast
some
on
eggs,
the side so it doesn't take up any room on your plate so you can have extra.
Yeah, hash browns on there. That's
bacon.
Right.
Yeah, the works.
Sausage.
Yeah. That's the full English breakfast there. And you go to a cafe, any cafe, and buy it for like a tenner. And you get all that shit.
Yeah. We call them greasy spoons. Go to the greasy spoon, grab your your all morning breakfast. Yes.
Okay.
That's how you start a Sunday morning.
That's right. Okay. So you start any morning. But it's all day breakfast, so you can have it anytime.
Rich, damn.
And then when you finish, then you got the bean sauce and a bit of tomato sauce left there. You got yourself a piece of the fried bread. You can scoop up all the juices with your fried bread there. Make sure you get it all down. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I have no such thing as smoked salmon and caviar. What's this?
Yeah.
Okay, smoked salmon's the worst.
I do like smoked salmon.
Yeah, salmon
cook that
tastes
shit.
Like water.
Cook it. What the fuck? Smoked fucking salmon. Just these.
You can cook it. I do eat cooked salmon also. It's amazing. But like smoked salmon's pretty good. So many things are good that are smoked.
Oh, I like smoked stuff, but not smoked salmon. Salmon's just tastes like water.
So what do we have to try next, John? What's the plan?
I don't know. You got to give me a real, actual goddamn recipe.
No, you have to give us something to try now.
Yeah, it's our turn now.
Christ, man.
But we can't do a reveal though.
Oh well.
Let me ponder on this for a minute.
We could do an AI reveal. Just ask AI to create a video of me enjoying whatever John asks. Could you please make a video of me enjoying biscuits and gravy, sausage gravy?
We could sit here and chat shit all
Pineapple
day
on
long.
pizza?
We're still running a little bit long from the news there, and it's coming up to 25 past. We should move on to the grow guides when everybody is
10
ready.
for good, buddy.
Is everybody ready?
Nothing else? We got nothing else? Yeah.
No, that's it for now. I mean, I got
Very
a bag
good.
of pistachios here, but are they just normal pistachios?
Yeah, I've got some Revels.
Pistachios. Okay.
Yeah.
Do
I've
it,
got some
lady.
Revels.
We
so
built a
every time I put my hand in,
nation,
I
then
don't
the
know what I'm getting.
empire on the English breakfast. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Wit? You know what I'm saying? Yes. Rule Britannia. Let's go to the
guess,
grow
yeah, let's do it.
guides, pal.
What the hell are egg and soldiers?
Soldiers is the way you cut your toast. You cut it into threes instead of halves.
So you can dip them into your boiled runny egg.
Yeah.
Couldn't you just cut it in half at an angle and dip it?
But
No,
then they're
because
not
then it gets
soldiers, that's
wider.
a triangle.
Yeah. Gosh. You've got to use the correct
Soldiers,
terminology.
soldiers are called soldiers because when you cut them and you line them up next to each other, they look like soldiers in a row, ready to
right.
go down my esophagus.
Yeah, that's right. And Smee loves having soldiers down his esophagus.
Line
don't
up them
you, Smee?
soldiers and they'll all go down my esophagus. You know what I'm saying?
In the Navy.
They are doing
Snap
7 Smees in the Navy.
That's it. Jesus. Onto the fucking
We're
grow
not on the smoke
guys.
break anymore. Come on, guys. Focus. Whoa, I've got
Okay.
sweats on.
Buckets. Okay.
Right, so after last week's episode, when we got to the end of 12 strains, classics, most iconic cannabis strains of all time, we got to the end of that and we was like, damn, there's still so many missing. We're going to have a part 2. So here it is, part 2, with another 12 strains that we're going to be talking about today. And I think even at the end of this, we might be like, oh, we missed this out, we missed that out. There's so many iconic
I've already got
cannabis
honourable
strains.
mentions.
Oh, yeah,
I have already got honourable
nice,
mentions.
nice.
Okay.
Well, save
Calm
that
down
for
over there.
now.
Yes,
But number
I will.
one
No
here,
spoilers.
I think I'll start it off with number 1 is Girl Scout cookies. Now, you know
Hell
what's crazy?
yes.
You know what's crazy? I still see
Yeah,
Girl
go
Scout
on.
cookies as a new strain.
As a new
You know?
one?
Yeah. it's a new. It's of the new
the
breed
Gorilla
of
Glue.
cannabis. Yeah, the Gorilla Glue, Star Dog. All this stuff is new cannabis to me.
Yeah.
You know.
I can.
Well,
I
Girl
get
Scout
behind that.
cookies is still because it's from the early 2010s.
Yeah.
Was the
Yeah.
Girl Scout cookie, so it's been
Yeah.
around for 15 years or so now. You know, and the breeder, the origins of Girl Scout cookie came from Cookie Fam, who's Jigga Burner and crew from California, with the lineage being OG Kush and Durban Poison, 2 classic strains put together to bring us the Girl
Hell
Scout
yeah.
cookie. And the thing is with Girl Scout cookie as well, it's just been part of so many good strains after that. You know, the Girl Scout, there's a lot of different ones. There's one specific from Dutch Passion as well. Dutch Passion do a good Girl Scout cookie.
Yeah.
But the Girl Scout cookie apparently changed the game. It bridged old school gas with sweet dessert terps and
Dessert,
kicked
yeah.
the entire cookies family tree. And because there's so many different strains to do with cookies now, you know, insane bag appeal, heavy potency, and the flavor profile that rewired what people expected cannabis to taste like. Modern hype strains owe this one rent for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay.
One of my
It's,
favourites.
Yeah, classic.
It is a good one. It's very tasty.
And
You
made up
definitely
of
have to
2.
try it.
Made up of 2 of the classics from last week. OG Cushion, Durban Poison.
Yep.
Delicious, man. Delicious.
Yeah, it really
Would
is.
we consider these new old school then? Maybe.
Yeah. Like mid old school.
Okay.
It's not the classics. It's not like 90s weed, but it's
Right.
still good, you know?
Well, some of it is, but yes, I get it.
So Girl Scout cookies,
Very
I'm
good.
sure everybody agrees. Everybody should have tried the Girl Scout cookie by now. If you haven't, make sure you give it a shot.
It was
'cause-
everywhere.
So yeah,
It was a
back in the
staple.
day.
It was a staple. Yeah, it was a staple
Yeah.
in my MSG.
For a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was number 1. Number 2, John, you want to talk about number 2? This is an actual classic.
GDP, everybody. Granddaddy Purple.
That's right. So much of a classic, people know what it is just by saying the acronym.
Yeah.
Just GDP.
You can
Like, oh yeah,
taste
cool.
it, baby.
Mm-mm.
So, yeah, that was bred by Ken Estes out of California. Lots of this stuff is out of California, people. Just saying. So its lineage is Purple Urkel, crossed with Big Bud from the early 2000s. My mouth is watering just thinking about it, actually.
Yeah. Big Bud as
So,
well. That's an honorary mention straight away. Big Bud.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
For sure. For sure. So it GDP cemented purple strains as more than a novelty with deep grape and berry flavors, knockout indica effects, and unmistakable color. A medical staple for pain and sleep long before dispensaries were everywhere. Yeah, it's a good one in the purple, man.
Yeah. Some of we got another purple strain coming up later on in this list, but man, that whole purpleness to cannabis kicked off at some point, didn't it? And it just the back appeal it has, how beautiful it is. I've grown some delicious purple weed, but it just tasted different to any other weed I've grown.
Yeah,
it does. I don't know.
I liked
It
the
does have a
taste of the
different-
purple weeds, but I agree with this here that the GDP cemented purple strains as more than just a novelty. Because before this, I didn't seem to get high off purple strains. They were nice, tasty, and this, that, and the other, and they looked good in the bag, but I never seemed to get high off them. So it kind of put me off purple strains. But then, GDP came out and changed it a little bit.
Such good weed, man.
Beautiful.
Such good weed. It looks like, I mean, I've seen purple weed that's so purple it just looks black with orange hairs on it, you know? It's like, wow, that's so cool to see cannabis like that.
Really
and
is.
the shit that I had when I grew it, it was like black. I grew it under the old blurple lights as well when LEDs were first coming out, so that made it extra fucking purple. This shit was black.
Yeah.
And it tasted like Coca-Cola, man. It was crazy. It had this aftertaste of Coca-Cola to it. It was so good, man. It was so
That
good.
sounds sweet.
Damn. And you know, it's one of those, you know, when you get to the end of a grow and everything's dried and cured and you try it and you're like, oh, that's so good. I wish I took a cut of this fucking thing, but you didn't. Fuck.
You think the first person that's seen that was like, uh-oh, what's wrong?
Yeah.
What is going on, man?
I mean, there's
I
a
ruined it.
deficiency. Why is it purple? Fuck. And then tried it at the end. It was like, okay, that was cool. That was cool.
Yeah, that was
Hey,
good.
so with number 3 here, this one, everybody, brace yourselves. What are you saying, Smee? You want to do number 3?
No, I ain't Margaret here for this one. This is one of her favorites, right?
One of my favorites.
It's
Jack
mine
O'Hara.
also.
Jack
Hera.
Hera. The perfect sativa.
Yep, many people do believe that Jack Hera is the perfect sativa. The breeder and its origin are Sensi seeds from the Netherlands. So we've moved away from California to the Netherlands.
Time to party.
Yeah. So its lineage is Hayes Northern Lights number 5 and Shiva Skunk.
Oh, God, Shiva as well. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Remember that?
Oh, man.
I think we
Hera
just need to make a
was-
list and read through all of them.
Yeah.
Like,
This is going to need a part 3, you know?
yeah.
And then
Oh my
every
gosh.
Christmas we do the 12 strains of Christmas.
Ooh.
Change it up.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
It's not bad, eh? Sorry for triggering you, Mackie. I didn't mean to say it in February.
Yeah.
The C word.
But I was just sniffing on the whiskey at the point there, so it didn't really trigger me until he pointed it out. And now I am
Sorry.
triggered.
Oh.
But yeah, Jack Hera,
Yeah,
man.
Jack
Tell us
Hera in
more.
the early 1990s. It was coming in. Why is it iconic? Well, it was named after the emperor of hemp activism himself. Clear-headed, energetic, cerebral, the opposite of Couchlock. One of the most awarded strains ever and still a benchmark for functional sativa effects.
Yes.
And
Well
yeah,
said.
I'd agree with that. Jack Hera
Yeah.
was it's legendary. It's
Yeah.
legendary.
It's,
It's,
everybody. It's one of those everybody has to try. If you haven't done Jack Hera yet, fucking grow the Jack Hera. It's
Do
it's
Yeah,
like it's
100%.
sativa, but it only takes like 10 weeks. It's not a stupidly long one, you know. God damn.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
I've grown Jack Hera many times from Seedsman as well. Seedsman Jack Hera specifically is the one which I've grown numerous times just because it was so awesome. And back in the day, when the forum was still reasonably young, we did a good grow off as well with Jack Herrer, a Jack Herrer grow off, and that video I'll mention it sometimes. It comes up in
Your Scrog
conversation.
video.
The Scrog video, yeah,
Yeah.
that was Jack Herrer. If you search for Jack Herrer Grow Diary, then you'll find it and you'll see the Scrog video. It was beautifully scrogged. Fucking
Yeah, nice looking
Jack
plants.
Herrer, man. Yeah, beautiful it was. I miss that. I love that grow. That was a great grow. Well, yeah, man. Everybody needs to grow Jack Herrer. If you haven't done it yet, have all of these, even throughout episode 1. I mean, I don't know. There's some good ones on fucking episode 1 as well, you know. But what needs to be in your list is you need to grow some of that skunk number 1. You need to grow some white widow. You need to grow Jack Herrer. You know, there's just some strains. Well, if you haven't done it, this has to be done. And Jack Herrer is one of those. If you haven't grown a Jack Herrer yet, that needs to go on your next grow. You need to get on that shit. Grow some Jack Herrer.
And you'll thank us for it after, you know, in less than 16 weeks' time, you'll be like, I'm so glad so glad I listened to those guys.
Yeah, high and homegrown know what they're talking about. That's what you're going to be saying.
That's right. A broken clock's
right.
right twice a day. Woo!
Exactly. There's a blind squirrel is right twice a day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
In the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. But we don't know anybody.
You said the kingdom of the blind there, and it reminds me of the kingdom of Nye. Yeah, fuck, you know. And that's I've been listening to Art Bell again recently. Just as I'm going to bed, just fire up the YouTube and put Art Bell on and listen to some old Coast to Coast. God damn, that was a great show. Fucking love Art Bell. Just random tangent there, everybody.
Yep.
That's right.
Adam Bomb said, even a blind squirrel finds a nut. That's right. There's like two sayings mixed together. A blind squirrel is right twice a day. You know how I like to do my sayings different. You know?
That's right.
Yeah, swimming with cats and such.
That's right. Swimming with cats and shit.
Yup.
So number 4 here on the list is another classic, everybody. I don't know if you'll remember this one. Amnesia Haze. You see what I did there? See what I did? Amnesia Haze.
Yeah,
Good pun,
the
good
pennies
pun.
just dropped.
So the breeder / origin here is from the Netherlands, because it's one of the old school strains where a lot of strains came from the Netherlands back then. And popularized by Soma Seeds and others. You know, it was popular amongst lots of different people. The lineage comes from Southeast Asian sativas and Afghan genetics. So some proper old school shit from the late 90s to the early 2000s. European, obviously, coming from the Netherlands, is a European titan. Dominated the coffee shops for years. Powerful, trippy, long-lasting highs that caught out many beginners. If you've been to Amsterdam, you've probably met Amnesia, whether you meant to or not, because there's so much shit. But Amnesia is just another classic, man. Amnesia Haze, especially.
The haze is baby.
Yeah, yeah. And like you said, you go to Amsterdam, you've probably had it and you don't even know it. But that's what you should be doing when you go to Amsterdam, because the haze takes forever to grow.
Yeah.
Take advantage when you're in Amsterdam and get as many different hazes as you possibly can and get them. Okay, get them down here.
And that's for the guys in Europe. For guys in the USA and Canada who are there legally, and you can go and try any of these cannabises, definitely give some of them hazes a shot, man.
Yeah. And if you can grow outside, grow outside, just stick one outside. It takes as long as all your other plants, really.
Yeah, man.
Doesn't it?
It goes a little bit longer into the flowering period, but you know, it'll be all right. You can do some light dep if you need to, you know. But man, you just iconic shit. Shit. Amnesia Haze, damn, man. Wouldn't it be nice to have like just a collection, a shelf with all of them, just an ounce of each one, where you can pick out whenever you want to.
That's why I want a replication machine, so I can just keep a quarter of everything and just stick it in, and it'll just replicate that quarter into another quarter, and I smoke that quarter and put the
Old man 2106 in the chat. Let's just jump to that for a second. He's trying to wind us up. He's trying to tease us, he is. He says, I'm going to the dam on Wednesday.
Ooh.
Jammy bastard.
What do they even have there? I have no idea.
Jammy bastard. They have loads of shit. He said, what should I try first? So the first thing I would recommend, if I was going to the Amsterdam on Wednesday, if I was going to the dam to get Amsterdam damaged, right?
The Mecca.
On Wednesday, I would get off at the Schiphol. I'd get on the train station, go to the Damrak. I'd walk down the Damrak, and then I'd go to Pre-DME. Is the coffee shop multi floors on there? It's got like 5 floors or something. Pre-DME. I'd get some honey haze hash, and I'd get some S5 silver haze. And I'd go and sit upstairs and watch a fucking movie and just get mashed up on that shit. But that's just like nostalgic for me because that's what I have when I go to Amsterdam. That's what I do. That's my first port of call is for pre-DME with the S5 haze and the honey haze hash.
Because I think people that have been to Amsterdam quite a few times, they do have a route. I have the exact same thing. I know exactly which coffee shop I'm going to first to grab my weed. And then I'm going from there to Abraxas, which is just the best coffee shop for me as far as ambience is concerned. I knew all the people in there as well, which helped.
Nice.
And so I'd go get my weed from Grey Area and then come back and sit in Abraxas and just get absolutely
Grey Area is another good one.
Watching people fall down the spiral staircases, it's just hilarious. You'd see all these like young kids, studies and that come in, all bright-faced, buying weed that they have no idea is going to trolley them. They'll go upstairs and then like 20 minutes later, they're falling down. It's just...
Tangent. Thanks for that, old man. Gosh, we're trying to concentrate here. Margaret isn't here to keep us under control, and you're just trying to encourage us to talk about Amsterdam. Look what you're doing. Gosh, concentrate, old man. 2106. Gosh. Let's talk about number 5. John, you want to talk about number 5, bro?
Choo choo.
Choo choo.
Train wreck, baby.
That's right. Train wreck. You know, there's this little girl who lived down the road. Not girl. She was like, she was a young woman when I used to live somewhere else. And she always used to smoke weed and she was really ugly. So we just called her Train wreck.
Jesus.
You know, train wreck down the road. Oh yeah, train wreck. You know.
Oh. Okay.
Savage. Sorry. Yeah, she just because she was ugly
funny,
and she
man.
smoked weed a lot. We just called her
We're
train
not
wreck.
talking about your neighbor next door or your ex.
Oh, she didn't live next door. Otherwise, I would have moved sooner. Oh, okay.
So, this one, breeder origin, is Arcana Trainwreck Crew out of California, another Californian one. The lineage is the Mexican, Thai, Afghan cross, baby. Those are also good right there, too. And that comes to us from the 90s, baby. It is good. And I kind of feel, I know one's coming up, but like I feel like, you know, I haven't heard a lot of strains that are mixed or crossed or made crossing Trainwreck to something. I think there's one I got, maybe it was the TARDIS or Doctor Who or something. Is crossed with this, and I really like it too. So it's a fast-hitting, chaotic, and euphoric, hence the name, baby. Pungent with those pine and spices, soaring highs, and a proper old-school sativa edge. Reminder, cannabis used to feel wild. It still feels wild to me every time.
Yeah, baby.
I don't care who you are.
Yeah. What more can I say? I wouldn't be here today if the old school didn't pave the way. Indeed.
Yeah.
Bam.
R.I.P.
Mr. Magic Flash.
I haven't grown it, but I do want to grow some Trainwreck. I just haven't yet.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not something that I enjoy the flavor of. I mean, it's nice weed. Trainwreck was never one of my favorites. It's I mean, of course, people go out there, they try loads of shit and decide what they like, and there's loads of people who do like it. But it's just never been a strain that I really enjoy the flavor of. It's definitely a classic. You know, one of those old school fucking strains, but still, I wouldn't go to the Amsterdam coffee shop and be like, Trainwreck, let me try that. Because I'd just be reminiscent of that chick who lived down the road. You know?
It's more of an earthy weed for me. Do you know, like when you get a whiskey that's like peaty, it's been kept in a peat barrel. Yeah. That I'm not really keen on them ones. That's what Trainwreck's like for me. It's like an earthy peat barrel whiskey. Yeah. Bit too thingy. However, it certainly has its place. Indeed.
So let's do number 6. That's for you, Smee.
Do it,
talk
lady.
about number 6.
Well, This is probably one of the most famous ones, made famous by TV, movies, and songs, etc. We have Pineapple Express.
Woo!
Yep. The breeder origin is unknown. Strain existed before the film. Lineage is Hawaiian landrace and train wreck. So
There we go.
there's a cross for you, John. The era is 2000s, and the mainstream explosion was in 2008.
That's right.
I'm
The
assuming
Strawberry
that was
Cough.
probably-
Strawberry Cough
yeah.
was another one that took off around that time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Beautiful.
why is it iconic? Well, as we said, the film helped. It helped massively. But the strain holds its own tropical, sweet, balanced effects, huge mainstream recognition. One of the few strains non-smokers can actually name.
I like
Again-
that being thrown in there.
Yeah. Again, because of the film. But
Yeah.
I'm all right with that.
That
I'm
is
all
a
right with that.
great movie.
Yeah, man. I do enjoy the fruity strains like pineapple as well. And
Me
if
too.
the thing is with the Pineapple Express is it needs to be grown in the right conditions to really and stored in the right conditions to get that pineapple terpene out, because that pineapple terpene apparently, allegedly, I don't know much about the science, but apparently it evaporates. It's a lot more volatile than other terpenes, and if
Yeah.
cannabis exceeds 15, 18 degrees C, then the pineapple terpene is already evaporating. So when you come to harvest and shit, because you've grown in hotter conditions than that, then those terpenes have evaporated a lot. So it's really hard to get that pineapple flavored cannabis. So if you do grow some Pineapple Express or something that is pineapple-y, try and keep the temperatures down for the last couple of weeks of the grow, down to 15 to 18 C, and it gives you more chance of them terpenes still being there come harvest time. If you can, that's the way to do it, and then you'll get that real pineapple-y flavor, that tropical sweetness that's so hard to come by when you have cannabis. It's difficult to get.
It's a good winter strain. When the temps are cold, you can keep it. You can keep those. Yeah, easy to control. I've tried pineapple chunk in the summer, and every time you open the tent, it just. Oh, you could smell this thingy, but it's 35, 40 degrees outside. There's nothing you can do about that.
I've got some pineapple chunk here. I got like a gram of this. I've gone through it quite quick. I'm just saving this last bit. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Okay.
Did you smell a bit of
that was one of my last-
pineapple on there? Yeah.
It's difficult to.
Okay.
It's difficult to keep,
Yeah,
but
actually,
once
put
you
that
crack
little
it,
nugget
and
there,
if you cure it right, I've got it down to a fine art with it, because I'm outside now, and man, allegedly, when it was done, instead of bringing it into the house, I just left it in my coal bunker shed.
Nice.
It was outside, so it was like a little in the jars in the mini fridge, and obviously you have to check it a bit more because it's outside. You don't want to lose it to bud rot or like that. But it went really nice, and I managed to cure it. It's just you bring it inside and it starts to warm up, and
Yep.
really just start to. But no, it's good. And Pineapple Express, if you've not done it, and you want something that is on the pineapple side, give the pineapple tapes, then that and pineapple chunk are both really, really good to give a go. I've never done Pineapple Express, but I have done chunk, and chunk's so easy. Put it in, does itself. Really, really
That's
good.
right. Just keep the food flowing, and it'll grow
That's
just
it.
fine.
With that,
Just try and keep the
food
temps
flowing.
low.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna put this little bit of pineapple chunk in the mighty right here,
Good
just
lord.
like that.
Okay.
I'll put the lid on. Yes,
I've got about
whoever grew this did a good job. Let's just say that.
nice. It's good when you get some real decent stuff.
Ooh,
I remember when I
smells
first
delicious.
started. Here we go, tangent. Remember when I first started smoking? Never knew what cured was about, because obviously you bought a quarter, an eighth for it or something like that. You never had, and when you bought an ounce, it was gone in a week or so. It was never kept long enough to cure. But then you get fortunate enough to become weed rich, as I like to say. And you taste that first bit of cured, all of a sudden you become the biggest snob on the
Oh
planet.
yeah, yeah,
You're
for real,
like,
for
I
real.
am not having that. It has not
True.
been cured for 2 months.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Was
gosh.
that just harvested 3
Yeah.
weeks ago? Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Oh my goodness, that cannot be consumed right now. So, as far as cannabis is
I can
concerned,
still
yeah.
smell the chlorophyll in this. Oh goodness, no. Yeah, you
So,
know how
yeah,
it is.
My
You
bro's
sounded
correct.
proper English right there.
My bro's correct when it comes to cannabis. I am caviar and salmon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right, right.
But, yeah.
But that's
So,
it. You
yeah,
have the luxury to be when you grow your
yeah,
own shit. You know what I'm saying?
you do.
Yeah.
You get to see that side of it, and you get to see the different side when people talk about, oh, it's got this, like Girl Scout cookies. It's got that thin mint smell about it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but
it's
if you've not,
unmistakable.
yeah, but if you've not cured that, John, it's very
Mhm.
mistakable. It
Oh,
just
yeah.
does. It
Yeah,
just
yeah.
smells like every other stuff, and that was my
Yeah.
disappointment when I first did it, because I'm expecting this thin mints and there's nothing. But 2 months
Yeah.
later, I cracked that jar, I popped that, and I'm like, what? What is this thin mints I
Mhm.
smell?
Mm.
My Gorilla Glue pheno I found has that in it.
Oh, yes, man. And it does, but it really does change the way your weed is. It like unlocks it for some reason.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Mackie, you won't drink a whiskey that's less than 12, 15 years aged. There's a reason for that. And it's
Well, I just prefer the older ones.
but there's a reason, older ones
Mhm,
taste better
mhm.
because they've been steeped for longer. Whereas
That's right,
you
man.
if you cure your cannabis, trust me, it's
Beautiful.
But let's go on to this one. This number 7 here.
Do it,
This
man.
is a fucking real classic, man. Like old school shit. This Cinderella 99 from Brothers Grimm.
It is a good one.
Classic strain. The lineage is from the princess from a Jack Herrera phenotype, that was, crossed with Shiva skunk from the late 90s. Became
There,
famous
that
for
skunk is
delivering.
again.
Oh yeah, that skunk is in just absolutely everything back with
Yeah.
that for the last 50 years, it seems.
Mhm.
All the good shit for the last 50 years has come from that one phenotype they found of the super
Yeah.
skunk that was epic. You know, yeah. So it's a powerful sativa-like effect, fast flowering, a compact plant, so easy for growing indoors is one of the reasons why it got popular. You know, because back then in the 90s, the strains weren't all bred to be grown indoors, so they were reasonably big and stretchy, and there's big space in between the internodes and stuff. Nowadays, we're very lucky. A lot of the strains that we do grow have been bred specifically for indoor growing. So this is one of the first that took the step in that direction was the Cinderella 99. It's a bit of a tropical pineapple aroma to this one as well. Euphoric high, reliable for indoor growing. And it's one of those strains. It's mixed into loads of different strains. But if you go back to the original, the Cindy 99, and just grow yourself one of those, you will definitely fucking appreciate that shit for the quality that it is. A real old school gem, man. It's Cinderella 99.
Yeah.
The one I grow.
This is the one on the list that I've never tried.
You should.
I'd like to.
Mhm.
The one I grow doesn't stay small at all.
Okay.
It's the biggest plant, well, the most producing biggest plant I've ever had indoors at 1.25 pounds.
Fucking
one
hell.
plant.
Wow. Wow.
And it just
But-
had big, huge, dense nugs on it. It was retarded.
We used to grow one from Dutch Passion, Cinderella Jack. It was called Cinderella 99 mixed with Jack Herrera as an auto. And this fucking plant, oh my god! Out of all of the autos I've ever grown, I think that's probably the auto I've grown the most because it was just so good. And it can be done in 70 to 80 days, reasonably quick, 10 weeks. But if you just let that shit push it to 100 days, man. Push that Cinderella Jack to 100 days from germination to harvest. Man, it fattens out so much. The flavor's so much different. In between, harvesting at 70 days to harvesting at 100 days, just that extra 30 days makes such a huge difference in every way to that plant. It was fucking phenomenal. Cinderella Jack, one of my favorite autos, man. So good. So good. Damn.
It is a good plant. Like, I like it a lot.
But next up, for number 8, John, Do you want to talk about number 8? Oh my
I'm
goodness.
gonna talk about this one, and I have to say, even though I'm talking about this one, I have never actually had this.
Heresy!
Wow.
Heresy!
Wow.
We're talking about bubblegum, people. And
Fucking
I feel like I
bubblegum.
learned about this when vapes and stuff really started coming out.
Really?
Honestly.
Wow.
Yeah. I never had it before that.
This is a
Kinda
real
heard
old
about it.
school one for me. This was like when I was
Mhm.
15, 16,
Hell
first getting
yeah.
into cannabis. Bubblegum was around,
Bubblegum.
man.
The
Bubblegum
first
and White Widow.
really candy, tasty, fruity
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
that I
I never
remember.
really had it around here. Like it wasn't a thing around here before I quit smoking, right?
Big thing in the UK. Big.
So, anyways, it's the breeder origin is we got two here. We got Indiana, USA, and it was refined in the Netherlands.
That's
The
right.
lineage is unknown. It's a stabilized clone line from the 1990s, baby. So it's one of the first strains bred purely for flavor, sweet, pink, nostalgic, and friendly. Bubblegum proved weed didn't have to taste like petrol or dirt to be respected, baby.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
I
right.
mean,
Oh yeah, it did.
I get it. I get it. But I have never had it, and I feel like I'm missing out.
Wow. Yeah, you have to get some, John. You have to get some bubblegum.
Yeah, now I got to get some.
You just
The
like
same
that
with
pimp
Cinderella, John.
bubblegum.
I feel
you
like
know?
I'm missing out too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the thing. There's these are strains that if you haven't grown before, then you actually feel like you've missed out. It's got the FOMO
Yeah.
effect, you know, because you just go and read the profiles of the terp profiles and the taste that you're going to get from these if grown in the right conditions.
I think a heavy dose of nostalgia helps with these as well, though.
Yeah.
I guess. But still, you know, in order for me to be able to remember a flavor and taste that I haven't tried in over nearly 15 years now, it's got to have some credibility about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
Sorry,
wouldn't
John,
remember it after all this time
No,
if
that's
it was
okay, buddy.
shit, would you?
Exactly, yeah. And I
yeah.
remember bubblegum like it was yesterday, and honestly, I don't think I've had it for 15 plus
Oh,
years.
man.
Yeah.
I'd love some of that old school bubblegum
I've
again.
got
It's one
I've
of
got
my
some
favorites
auto.
back in the day.
I've got an auto, a couple of auto bubblegum seeds I'm going to try.
Do it, lady.
Seeing like something like this that says
allegedly,
it's a stabilized clone line. So nobody knows, nobody can recreate it then, basically. So are they still, does somebody still have this clone going? They're still making seeds for this actual bubblegum?
Maybe
Or
because
did somebody was like, you know what, I'll make this one and we'll call it that because it's
they
comparable.
would have bought you to seed at some point, and the seed would have
Yeah.
been similar to the original phenotype from the cutting, but they
Right.
probably still have the cut going. When we spoke to Milo Young all those years ago, when he bought, because there was the cheese plant which came from Skunk Number One, which we'll discuss in a little bit, and he bought it from cutting version down to seed version, where the seeds were reasonably similar to the original plant. That's what he did, and he said he still had, after 30 years, he still had the original cheese mom. Crazy.
Holy crap.
And he said because he'd take cuttings from it and pass it out to all his friends, and then all his friends would be growing it and keep cuts of it as well. So if he ever did lose the plants, he could just go to his friend and be like, "Yo, give me a cut of that fucking cheese,"
Right.
you know, and then he could get it up and running again, and as the original, because it's just the same genetics.
Right.
He managed to keep it alive for all those years. Yeah, man. So
Okay.
maybe the original bubblegum is still out there. That would be fucking crazy, wouldn't it?
That'd be epic.
Damn. But look at this next one. Oh my goodness me! You want to talk about
This one's
the
a beautiful
next one.
one.
This is another Amsterdam favorite for me. Super Silver Haze.
Classic. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Yeah. Greenhouse seeds from the Netherlands. And its lineage is Skunk, Northern Lights, Haze. Three classics. Just all rolled into one to make this beautiful Super Silver Haze. Late 1990s is when it first started showing its face. And the multiple High Times Cannabis Cup winner. And rightly so. electric, long-lasting sativa highs with serious potency. A gold standard haze that balanced power, yield, and consistency.
It's a good plant.
Yeah. If you're going to grow a haze, this one's the one. You wait so long for it to come through, you want to make sure it's bulletproof. And I'd say Super Silver Haze and Silver Bubble are two of the most bulletproof hazes you can do.
Damn.
Yeah.
So good, isn't it? The Super Silver is so good.
My mouth's watering.
Right? And it's got that real fucking that haze flavor. You know that haze flavor we talked about last week. It's got that real haze. It tastes like something like stuffing from a turkey. You know, just this herbal fucking. It's different to the other cannabis. It's floral. Oh man, so good. So good, man. That Super Silver. Oh my goodness. I remember what. Here's a quick tangent for you, right? I went to Amsterdam with a couple of friends of mine. It was like, booked to the 15th to the 19th of June. That's when we're going. I'm like, cool. So I booked the flights, booked all this shit, just a weekend in Amsterdam. And then we was sitting in some coffee shop early in the fucking morning. Like, oh, let's book into our flights. And I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, I can't find me on this flight. What's going on? Like, we're booked in. Look, we're here. And like 15th to the 19th, you said, right? It's the 18th. It's like, no, I said 15th to the 18th. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to be in Amsterdam for 24 hours on my own. What the fuck? And I've booked an extra day because I got the dates mixed up. So I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm just going to get the bus back and catch the ferry. So, if you take get on a coach, go from Amsterdam through Belgium to France, get on a ferry in France and come over to the UK. Well, the reason why I'm telling you all this is because I wanted to smoke some weed on my way back. You know what I'm saying? It's a long journey, what we're going to do. So I accidentally left some fine Super Silver Haze in my jean pockets that was packed away for my journey. And after leaving Amsterdam on the coach journey, I discovered it like, oh no, oops. I've accidentally left some Super Silver Haze here. So on the ferry, and I remember it like specifically, it was on the ferry on the way back across the English Channel. It was 4 o'clock in the morning, pitch black. And I'm standing on the back of this ferry blazing a fat spliff of Super Silver fucking haze.
Fucking beautiful.
Like, oh yeah, it was so good, man. It was so, and I was young, so I was stupid. That's what. I'm essentially smuggling illegal substances into the country, but I'm smoking on the fucking ferry. God damn. That young version of me had some bollocks, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, you do. You feel like a proper rebel when you hiding near the lifeboats. I'm in a shifty toot.
Yeah.
I moved a friend of mine from the UK to Amsterdam. He worked over there for a few years, and it's the only time the first time I ever went, I went on ferry, but decided never going to do that again. Too much travel. But this, because obviously I needed to move him. We rented a van and we went on ferry, and I did the exact same thing. Oh, look at this! I've just forgotten that I had this in my pocket. So yeah, I drive onto the ferry. I get into my quarters, and then as soon as the ferry's, I'm seeing just Amsterdam behind me in the distance. Blazing for the next few hours and trying to get rid of all the weed that I'd brought on board. Yeah.
Okay.
Great times.
Good times, man. Super Silver Haze, everybody. Have to try that shit. So good. Right, so what's next? This is a classic.
I feel like we should switch these because I feel like you should talk about the next one after.
Okay. I'll talk about 11 and we'll go back to number 10 for you. But even number 10 is fucking cool. But okay, cheese, everybody. Cheese. It should have been in last week's one. It's in this week. Yeah. Man, the cheese. The UK cheese is one of the most iconic cannabis strains of all time, coming from the UK, from Milo Young. Specifically, this shit came from, it was a skunk number 1 phenotype. So somebody was just growing skunk number 1. We discussed that in last week's episode. But there was one specific phenotype of the skunk number 1 that stunk so fucking strong. And that's where the cheese come from. The cuttings were taken from that, and it was given out to different breeders. They did their thing with it. And there was this one called the Luton cut, especially. It's a place in London called Luton. I think it's in London. And it was the Luton cut that eventually got turned into the Exodus cheese. The Exodus cheese, oh my God. just I grew that way back in the day, and man, Exodus cheese, so classic, original, stinky dog shit cheese, man. Oh my gosh, yeah, that was really good. One of my favorite grows. So much full of flavor. You know, it's so stinky, it's so fucking good, so good, man. Damn. Yeah, so
Beautiful.
Exodus cheese, have to do it. You have to grow Exodus cheese. There's no choice.
I have to get me some cheese.
Do it. Do it.
I do.
Especially if
I do.
if you love that shit, man. Yeah, and it was just a skunk #1 phenotype, I said, from the late 90s. So then they had this Luton cut, and it was just through cuttings back then with the cheese was. But then Milo Young, also known as Big Butter, went and turned that phenotype into a stable seed. And that's when everybody started to get seeds of cheese then. But that was also bred with other shit. And specifically, and if you're ever going to take advice from this show, this is going to be the advice you have to take, everybody. All right? So write this fucking down.
Okay.
You need to go and grow Big Butter's blue cheese. Blue cheese, man. So good. Fruity. Yields fucking ridiculous. Beast of a plant.
Humongous.
Beast of a plant.
Okay.
Ridiculous harvest of the stickiest weed you're gonna grow, man. This it feels like when you're growing this, you need 2 filters. You need to have your one carbon filter through normal extraction, and then that extractor should also blow the air into another filter before it's extracted out again.
Yeah.
This is some stinky shit.
Yeah, we used to call it unsociable because you could not go anywhere with it. Honestly, you couldn't go anywhere with it. So unsociable.
Jeez. So good. That's what, when I'm talking about dog shit cheese, that loud, offensive cheese, this is what I'm talking about, man. This shit here. And there's some people, apparently, because, you know, I get really stoned when smoking cheese, but I have heard of people out there who smoke cheese and don't get high from it. Now, you will get high from cheese if you grow your own homegrown, because this is what I've found is cheese got so popular. It was like the star dog of the 90s and the early 2000s. Everything was cheese. But what would happen is, because it grows so fucking fat, because it's a heavy yielding strain, people would just harvest it early or get to 6 weeks and it will look done. 6 weeks of flower looks done. So, and fat as well, so you're getting a decent yield. So out there on the streets with the regular growers, they'll chop it down way too soon. It's not ready. THC is immature. So people smoke the cheese thinking, oh, cheese doesn't get me high. But it's only because they've smoked street weed cheese where the THC is immature. But if you get that cheese, you grow it properly. 8, 9, 10-week flower, you know, it varies depending on growing conditions. But if you can get that shit and grow it properly, your own homegrown, make sure you get them proper amount of ambers on there, and it's reached the real pinnacle of its, bro, the peak terpene production. Jesus, you're gonna love that shit.
See, this is why I said you should do this one.
That's right. Fuck. Yeah, it's one of the best strains ever to come out of the UK. So you have to, I mean, all of these strains you have to try. It's real difficult to point to one specifically which you should do first. But man, if you're in a legal place, you don't have to worry about the smell of your cannabis. Get that fucking blueberry cheese in there, bro.
Yep.
Shit.
Because it then, you know, it brings 2 iconics together. It brings your cheese, it brings your bubblegum, your blue cheese, just, sorry, it brings your blueberry and your cheese together. And your blue cheese is just like,
so good.
Beautiful.
So good.
Oh, my mouth's watering.
Yeah. So let's go back. Let's go back.
Yeah. We'll go
way,
back to number 10.
Back
To
to number 10.
But
But the error is
yes,
1960s to 1970s. This beast.
Yeah.
Go for it, John. Tell us what we're talking about.
We're talking about Purple Haze, everybody.
Bubble haze.
Everybody knows
my
this
brain.
one. So the origin is unknown. Popularized in the 1960s and 70s. It's likely a purple tie crossed with a haze. Everybody loves haze, baby. And yeah, again, it's from the 60s and the 70s. It's forever linked to the psychedelic era and immortalized by Jimi Hendrix, everybody. So we got an uplifting, dreamy, and culturally legendary is what we're talking about here. Purple Haze represents cannabis as counterculture, not just a crop, baby. I got a purple one again. I like that. I have not grown this one either.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Yep.
I grew it way back in the day, and before I even started growing, I remember getting like an ounce of this from my dealer, and man, it was so good. It was like black, thick crystals on it, huge crystals on the fucking shit. And I'm gonna get a little bit crude. Apologies, everybody, but I remember smoking so much. The next day, I got up, and as I was taking my piss in the morning, it smelled like purple haze. I smoked so much of that good shit. Oh my god, so good, so good. Yeah, man, purple haze, classic. Classic. Beautiful weed to smoke, to look at. Iconic, man. Gosh.
First time I'd ever seen purple weed.
Ah, okay.
First time I'd seen purple weed, yeah. And first time I've realised that purple weed didn't really float my boat.
Yeah, because it can seem not as
Damn it.
strong as ordinary cannabis, isn't it?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, back
And
appeal and
I
the
know
flavour
now-
matters.
Well,
and
I
back
just know
then,
now,
too-
Mackie, that my tolerance levels are higher than the average bear. So
Mhm,
it's, you know.
And back
not
then, it
really-
wasn't probably pushing 20,
And
25.
yeah, there is that.
You
There is
know?
that. And especially in the UK.
Yeah, man.
Hmm.
We got one
Yeah.
more. One more. And this one is just as, or if not even more iconic.
I think everybody has heard of this one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Smee, this one's on you, bro. Do it
Okay.
justice.
No stems, no seeds that we don't need. Acapulco Gold is badass weed.
Copyright. Copyright.
Flagged, bam, demonetized. So yeah, Acapulco Gold. Acapulco Gold. Breeder and origin is a
tasty.
Mexican landrace and the Acapulco region. The lineage is pure landrace sativa. Pure landrace. So it's all you're getting, people. It's all you're getting. And the era again is the 60s to the 70s. So this has been around since the dawn of time, really.
Yeah.
And but why is it iconic? One of the most famous strains of the classic era, golden hued buds, euphoric effects, and a reputation for quality long before modern breeding exists. Acapulco Gold is cannabis history in plant form. And as I said, it was one of the first ones to bring no stems, no seeds.
Yep.
You know,
One of the first sensed strains. Yeah.
Sensed melia, yeah. And yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what it is. It's so good.
Just classic.
Nostalgia
Just
helps,
classic.
as I say, man. Nostalgia helps. But it's just a classic. It's just so recognizable, you know, as back in the day weed.
And
There
I
you
know
go.
we use Pineapple Express as, you know, people that don't smoke weed know Pineapple Express, but I'd say Acapulco Gold too, because there's the amount of songs that have got Acapulco Gold in, you know, even if they don't understand what it's about. I didn't understand what a lot of things was about when I was growing up and watching TV shows. And then I get older and I watch the TV show and I go, fuck me, he's smoking a blunt. I didn't notice that when I was a kid. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and Acapulco Gold must have been mentioned in, well, Different Strokes, I think, mentioned it a few times. And that was, you know, a family show that everybody watched and thought it was real wholesome. You get up and as you get
It's
older,
just
you
that
realize.
real old school shit, like Acapulco Gold and Purple Haze. That was like
Yeah.
5 different strains they have in between the 60s and 70s. You know, of the real high quality shit. But then those were all bred together to make some more stuff. So then in the 90s, we had like 15 different strains for us to choose from: the Amnesia, Northern Lights, the Haze, the White Widow. You know, so many. And now, again, after a few generations, nowadays compared to back then, there's fucking thousands of strains to choose from now. You know, it's crazy, man. Imagine what there's going to be in another 20 years.
Ooh.
There's some crazy
You mean
amount of
West
strains,
Korea
man.
still isn't legalized? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. When we're still just looking around the rest of the world and be like, oh man, they have legal weed and food. You know, because our country's gonna be fucked by then. Jesus.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man, Acapulco Gold, absolute classic. And these are all absolute classics. That's the thing. And we've covered 2 episodes of 12 strains. So that's 24 strains. And they're all just so classic. If anybody listens to this and decides to grow one specifically because of the one we have covered here, then let us know. We want to know if we have inspired you to pick out a specific strain. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But man, I highly
Mhm.
recommend that cheese. You got to get on that cheese.
Yeah.
And then Jack Herrera.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Nice. So with that, are we ready for some listener mail?
Can we just
Yes.
have one honourable mention before we finish?
Oh,
this
yeah.
off, Joe?
Honorable mentions. Yeah, before we go on, what are we saying? Honorable mentions. What you got?
For
Sweet?
me, an honourable mention is a strain that I like, but a lot of people seem to have never heard of it or just have never tried. I don't think it's that good. It's called Whapper.
Never heard of
Whapper.
that.
No,
You
never
see
heard of
what I'm
that.
saying? So Whapper is an absolute. Let me pull it up. Where are we? So yeah, Whapper is an absolute classic. It's Paradise Seeds, from Dutch Seed Bank.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it's won plenty of shows. Its lineage is basically what we've got here. We've got sorry, I meant to have this all up and running.
So
Basically,
professional,
why I
Sweet.
like Whapper
Ah,
is because of it's so easy to grow. It's I put a seed in and just watch it grow and do its thing. It's fat, it yields great, and it's very, very stinky and frosty. It was
Okay.
for me when I first started growing. It was my go-to that got me through my first 3 or 4 crops.
nice.
The ones that you make the most mistakes on, and I made some mistakes. It's just for me. If you're a beginner and you want a forgiving uh, wheat grow that is very, very stinky, very, very big, then Whapper is one of the ones for me.
Mhm.
I'd say. And it's basically the Whapper is where is its genetics? I forget to this day every time. But it's so it's tracing back to landrace, Afghan and Pakistani. Robust structure, high resin production, and balanced effects. Super easy to grow. And sweet skunky genetics. So yeah, there's
Okay.
no
Nice.
real, there's no real, crossing it, but it's a really, really good one to grow. And I thought Whapper was a good honourable mention because, like I said, not a lot of people have heard about the strain, and I think it gets overlooked. But just check it out. Oh, the best thing about Whapper for me was its leaf to bud ratio. Very, very minimal leaf, lots and lots and lots of bud. So
I do
Nice.
like
my
that.
first few crops, it was easy when it comes to trim gel.
Man.
Compared to something like Girl Scout cookies, which is an absolute freaking nightmare.
Yeah, so I got a good one. Bruce Banner wasn't mentioned on the list anywhere, but
Mm.
that is obviously a classic as well. What
Hmm?
do you think, John? You got any
I was
honorary mentions there?
no man. That we've done so many. There's so many out there you can choose from, man.
Bruce Banner's a
I
massive
was gonna
Yeah,
say
THC
Bruce
as well,
Banner,
isn't
but you said it.
it?
yeah.
32%.
But
Because
another one
the
in
Girl
chat,
Scout cookies.
Groot here in the chat said a CBD
Oh,
strain with Harlequin. Yeah, classic.
yeah,
See, Charlotte's
Mm.
yeah.
Angel as well. Both CBD strains. Classics, man. Classics.
Hmm.
Damn.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
Strawberry
Free Nug
Cough is
Strawberry
another
Cough.
one.
Yeah.
Strawberry
Yep,
cough. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good shout. That's another good
yep,
one. Gosh, man. There's still
yep.
loads that we've missed, like we haven't even thought of, But there's
Hmm.
24 strains, everybody, for you to all go out and grow if you haven't tried them yet. Give them
Right.
a shot. But maybe we'll come back and we'll cover this from a certain aspect. Like maybe we'll do an episode specifically about CBD strains. That would be
Maybe we're
interesting.
doing episodes about strains to avoid.
Maybe. But I think it's all
Maybe.
personal opinion, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
So let's do the listener mail. We've got a couple of questions here.
Let's do it.
Three. So Free Nugs. These are both from Free Nugs and one from Beard. Okay. So he said. There's two questions. I'm going to read them both out, and we can just cover them both at the same time. I think I'm going to sneeze, but I'm not sure. So if I do mute my mic for a second, then
You're not a
that's why.
fish.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the floor temp in my room right now gets so cold as 57 degrees F to about 65 degrees F on a good day. Is this going to affect my seedlings or seeds during starting them? I just got a Jiffy greenhouse kit and am all ready to start my veggies too. Do you think I should be okay to start some plants? Yeah, let's cover that one first. Just keep the stuff off the floor.
Mm.
Put it
Yeah,
on a table or
I would.
something.
Yep. Elevate
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Or just get a little box to put it up on.
Mm-hmm.
I am also though on the side of this of sometimes I wonder if people worry about this a little bit too much, because if you think about it in nature, like the ground is that cold when seeds start to grow
Mm-hmm.
out
Mm.
outside. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, in my opinion, it's not like it's necessarily going to hurt them, but you'd be better getting them off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the seedlings. But when they get older, when the plants get older,
Yeah.
you don't. If you're gonna have a cold floor, you don't want them on the floor because
Yeah.
they'll just
Yeah.
pull the heat from the root zone. Just have a pallet. You know them wooden pallets that
Hmm.
the forklift trucks pick them up and shit. Just one of those. You just put the plants on that, and that's if you want to
Yeah.
go for the cheap option. But there's loads of other options. Just make sure
Mm.
it's raised up off the floor and got some insulation between the floor and the actual pots, and then you should be fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But for the seedlings, yeah, it's easy as just put them up on the on the table out of the way, and
Mm.
then you don't have to be
Hmm.
sitting on the floor. But Freenux also asks here, how would you go about making an indoor raised bed? What kind of materials should I invest in before I start this project? And we had an epic episode about this with Marco, where we discussed like how to build it from the start.
Mm-hmm.
So to follow that in more detail, definitely check out that episode there. But
Yeah.
simply, you want to have it raised up a little bit so water can run out if necessary, and you got a runoff tray underneath. But you just gotta build like a wooden box, well, just the sides, not necessarily the bottom, and then you gotta line that with some waterproof shit and fill it with your living soil.
Mm.
That's about it,
Hmm.
really. But different layers as well if you're doing horizontal. But yeah,
Horizontal soil, yeah.
you don't need to just build a raised bed either. You can go and buy them. You can like buy cloth ones
Yeah.
now from what's that? Jeremy from Living Soil. No, it's not Living Soil, is it? What's Jeremy's company?
Build a soil?
Builder Soil.
No.
They're the
Builders.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Builder
Yeah.
Soil.
Build a soil.
So yeah, so if you just do a Google search for that, then you'll be able to see what kind of raised beds I'm talking about. And then it's
Yeah.
fabric as well, so it can breathe easier from the side and things like that. So that always
Hmm.
makes a good difference as well. So yeah, check those out for sure. The raised beds that you can just buy, but if you wanted to build one, then yeah, wood with like pond liner to make sure it doesn't run down the sides. You want something underneath to catch up any excess water as well that you can put back into it because you don't want to lose anything, so it goes back in. But it's just something to catch the runoff.
Hmm.
Yeah, have it just a
If
little bit
there is
off the
runoff.
ground. Yeah, that's it. There shouldn't be, but just in case there
Right.
is. But yeah, we have a real good episode on just building the raised bed with Marco because this is how Marco grows and he discusses it all. So definitely go and check that episode out. What were you saying, Smee? You
Hmm.
got any advice about raised beds?
The only raised beds I'm thinking of doing is in my front garden for veggies.
Mm-hmm.
And I've not really stepped into the raised bed living soil world of this. So I've not got a great deal to add other
What about you?
than just watch, like you say, watch Marco, watch the Yellow Skunk Farm ones, and all the people
Mm-hmm.
that do their raised beds, see how their
Hmm.
horizontal soils are, and see how they work. And a lot of successful ones, they make it so that it's more like clay, more like the dirt we've got outside. Was it clay and sand they add to the mud? Is
Mm-hmm.
it? And it makes it a lot better. So check those guys out and don't listen to me because I have no idea. Sorry, free notes.
What about you, John? You done the raised bed before?
No, no, not indoors, but I mean, like it is. It's just essentially you're building a wood box up on a couple legs and lining it with either pond liner or
Mm.
like landscape
Mm-hmm.
fabric, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but there are other options out there, like you were saying, you know. There's a bunch of different beds
Yeah.
like that you can
That's
get.
it. Loads of options out there now.
Yeah, yeah. Or tote. I use the tote.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do it.
And it really depends on how much room you got. Like if you're doing it in a tent, you know, how big is your tent? Because you don't want it too big, too tall, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because you want to give it as much space as you can to grow. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
yep, yep.
Yeah, it's a good question. But for because me and Marco we discuss it for like an hour in the interview
Hmm.
how he does the whole thing, and he's an award-winning grower, so he breaks it down to every aspect. It's a good episode. Definitely check it out. But one more question here from Beard. This is from Discord. The first time we've had a question from Beard. Beard So yeah, thanks for sending in the question. He just asks simply, how do you know if you've waited too long to harvest? What do you think, John?
Uh, is it crispy? And
Is
does
it
it
dead?
look brown?
Is it dead?
You know what I
Like,
mean?
like what do we? I my question is back to him would be like, well, what do you mean too long to harvest? Like, did you forget about it for 2 months, or
Mhm.
are you just wondering how long you should let your trichomes push out?
Yeah.
You know, so and to the trichome part, I guess it would be that really depends on you. You know,
Mhm. The one
honestly,
people go for the most, and it's like 10% amber, so it's 90%
yeah,
milky. You don't want any of the clear trichomes. But a cannabis plant will start to die at the end of its life. It hits this
yeah,
senescent stage where it stops drinking so much, it stops consuming nutrients, and it'll start to go yellow and turn autumn
mm-hmm.
colors as if it was autumn time. You know, this is what it does. It's a natural process in its growth cycle. So when it starts to head to that stage, regardless of if you're checking the trichomes or not, you know, this is the plant coming to the end of its life, and you need to harvest soon. If you wait any longer,
Yeah,
then the plant's gonna die, and then all the flowers are gonna go to waste. If it's all going
yeah,
moldy and shit, then obviously you've gone too far. But the best thing to do is keep an eye out for that senescence and
yeah,
keep checking the trichomes to make sure you get it the right level. And
mm-hmm.
if you're getting too many amber trichomes, then yeah, you've probably gone a little bit too long, but it'll still be fine. You know, you're
Right,
just gonna be real couch locky. Yeah. But
yep,
the longer you leave it as well, the more susceptible it is to mold and rot. You have to be careful of that shit too, you know.
yep,
But yeah, if the plant's looking
agreed,
like it's dead and the flowers are fucking looking juicy and ripe and it smells good, then yeah, it's harvest time, man. Don't let it go past
yeah,
that. What are you saying to me? Anything out to that?
No, not really. I think you've nailed it on the head. It's either
mm-hmm.
dead in its senescence stage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Once it's there, it's right for the picking.
And this is one of the privileges of being a home grower as well, is being in the opportunity where you can wait for a long time for
Mm.
harvest, because your first grow, you're going to be eager to get that fucking thing down because
Oh
then you
yeah.
got your own homegrown weed. But when you've got a shitload of jars, you got 20 ounces and you only expect to smoke 10 while the fucking plants are growing, then you're not in a rush to get it down. You can really let them finish and get them at peak production, when it's at the peak terpene production, peak cannabinoid production. It's looking juicy, fat, ripe, because that's another thing. These buds ripen. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like you can't
Yeah.
just harvest them at any time. If you catch it at that right time when the buds are really ripe, and it feels as if there's a couple of windows in the flowering period where that comes along, maybe even 3, where there'll be an early stage, mid stage, and then a late stage where it just smells so fucking pungent. It's if the plant is calling out to you like, "Yo, bro, you want fucking harvest me?" I mean, it will stink all the time,
What about
because it's
me?
flowering. Yeah, but there'll be just certain times where it's just like, whoa, hold on. That's significantly more pungent than usual. And that's the plant being like, "Your bro, fucking, what are you saying? You're going to harvest this shit now?"
I'm ready.
Yeah.
It's like lifting up its like
Try and get it
skirt.
then.
You know
That's
what I mean?
right. Try
Like,
and get
come
it
get
then.
it.
That's But try and get it in the middle one, of course. Don't go for the early one. Go for the middle one. That's what I say. And then you're going to get some fine cannabis, man. So good luck with that, Beard. I hope it helps. But it's better to harvest a little bit late than it is to harvest a little bit early, in my opinion. Let that shit
Right.
run over. And the classic rule, which I always stick to, when it looks done, give it 2 more weeks, and then it will be fucking perfect. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful. Of the house.
Yep.
That's all the questions we
Yep.
have. Are we done? We ready for
I
the
think so.
outro?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Do
Let's
it.
go outro. And there we go, everybody. Yes. Nice episode there. Another 12 different strains covered. That's right. Let us know if you're going to grow some of those as well, or if you've tried them in the past and what you think about them. Or are there any strains that we're missing? Drop them in the comments, man. Let us know if the strains which we should put together for number 3 and episode 3 on this. But I think we'll move on to another subject next week. We want to be covering fire safety and electrical safety and things like that, just to get that done and out the way. Well, yes,
Yeah,
good
we've
episode.
already
this
had a
week.
couple of mentions in the comments earlier. Bark Dog mentioned that green crack. and
Ooh,
Penny
yeah.
Penny Pebble Ripples, is it Ripplers? Where's the Creeper at? So good old
Yeah.
Dark Dog was saying, yeah, good old Creeper. I forgot about that one. So yeah, Green Crack and Creeper.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many.
There's so many. We
names
could
out
do
there.
fucking
So
5
many.
episodes on this, you know?
Totally could do. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. There's books of these things. Okay, like there's so many, man.
Yeah, which one? Who made that book? 50 Shades of Green, 50 Strains of Green.
That's a
Man,
cool.
who's that? Fuck, can't remember his name. It wasn't Jack Greenstalk, was it? It was somebody else. Maybe it was Jack.
Wasn't
Maybe
it?
it was Jack
I
Greenstalk.
think
Yeah,
it might have been Jack.
Yeah, it might have been
And he's
Jack
doing
Greenstalk.
he did a purple one too now.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I haven't spoken to Jack for a while. Should we get him on the show soon?
Yeah, do that.
So many strains
for
out there,
sure.
man. So many. You just have to go and experiment. If you're thinking about what strains to grow, what you're gonna enjoy, then you have to go on holiday somewhere. If you don't live in a place where it's legal, go to Amsterdam, go to Spain, try these strains, try as many as you can, and decide like, oh, I have to get this one. I have to buy this one. You know, and try those classics, man. The classics and still around for a reason. There's other strains that were around back then that nobody can even fucking remember because they were shit. So they've gone, and the best ones have stood around, you know? So, do it.
Marcus, what are you talking about?
What's he saying?
These big clothes dryers that run on electric are great for fitting in a 3x3 tent, 235 watts. What are we talking about?
Random.
Random.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Random
Bro.
tangent. We're going to have to get him on the panel next time. He seems to be a right
Yeah.
fit, you know?
Yes. Hell yeah.
But shit.
Oh,
Good show,
man.
everybody. Good show,
Yeah,
as
man.
always. It's been a pleasure, and we'll catch you on the next one, which is obviously next week on Sunday. Yeah. Anything else to add here?
Any given one.
I don't think so. I think we're good.
Yeah.
And that's it, right? Good to
Just
go.
enjoy,
Oh, the
enjoy
call
your
out.
week.
The call out.
Yeah.
Stay high.
Stay high, stay
Stay
safe.
safe, as you
Mm.
said.
And do it,
After
lady.
I finish whooping Mackie's ass in chess, we'll see, Vark Dog. It's not over yet, bro. It's not over yet.
And dead ain't done.
See you on the next one, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.